Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is Cee, Certified Brewhead.
And I, once again, am Nathan Does Beer.
And welcome, that threw me off, and welcome to episode 179 of Beer and Other Shit Podcast, Adjunct series. We were just saying off air that it feels like forever since we've done an Adjunct series pod. We've been business to beering it up.
Yeah, that's right. Good to be back on the normal game.
Good to be back. It feels good. I'm excited for this one. So one thing that I feel like we say this every time, that Nate and I have really tried to show some love to our brethren to the east in Quebec a lot more this year. And I feel like we've done reasonably well, but we're really trying to shine some light. And this brewery, it is an absurdity to us that we haven't had them on. I was saying that to the boys as we were introing it. So this is very, very cool. These guys are a brewery that I bought regularly, like basically every week when I lived in Montreal. And it, you don't realize how cool that is until you can't anymore.
It's true. So
I'm very excited, being a big fan since these guys opened. I mean, everything they're doing is fantastic, from the crispies to the haze, predominantly stouts, sour, smoothies, all that. Like it's glorious. So we got a really fun lineup tonight. So let's get into it, eh?
Let's do it.
So let me see if I make sure I don't mess this up, Nathaniel. All right. Oh,
don't
shit. Look
at
that.
Bro.
Wow, that's pretty good. I fucked it up already. All right, guys. Oh, wait. I got to get the little clap sound. Where is it? There it is. Okay, guys, please welcome Joel and Simon from Sir Jaune in the building. Brought the crowds for you. And we cut that off. Welcome, boys. Great to see you.
Hello. Nice to see you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, you too.
Simon, yes, Simon, this is your first time on, and Joel, you were on the link up.
Exactly, yeah.
Back in a year ago. Was that
a year? 2 years.
Yeah, it was a little while ago, wasn't it?
Probably got to be a couple of years, I would think.
Yeah, it was in the beginning. So this is very, very cool, like I was saying, to have you guys on here finally. So thank you both for hanging out. Really appreciated. Excited to get into the full story, because I don't actually know the full story of Sir Jaune. So I'm very excited. And you guys have curated a spectacular lineup tonight, which is very cool. And we're starting with this little gem right here.
Yeah.
Can you see that? A Petite Bulles?
Petite Bulles.
Bulle. I love that.
Bulle.
Which means small bubbles.
Small bubbles. Look at that. And this is obviously it's a 4.8% with lager.
Yeah.
Lager with mosaic and Chinook. Nice. Cool.
Yeah. It's not a dry up lager. Okay. It's, I think we do it in the whirlpool. Yeah, we had the there's some hops addition in the whirlpool, mostly for the aromatics, but it's all in the brewing process. Very clean, very simple brew, very nice,
and a very beautiful clean pour.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got a good one. I didn't pour hard enough. God damn it! What style would you say this is specifically? Like, is this a like, from the looks of it, it looks kind of more like an American light lager kind of style?
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah. It's an American lager with more hops than we usually put in an American lager. So you'll have more of that fruitiness. And that little Sir Jaune twist, I think. Yeah. We could say that, yeah.
I like that little Sir Jaune twist. That's awesome. And so it's not dry hop, but you use mosaic and Chinook in the whirlpool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a series of lagers that we do. We have Petite Bulles blue, and this is the yellow one. Yeah, the blue is it's Cascade and Citra, I think. I'm not sure. I can check. Yeah, but but it's just we play with hops, and like we did this one in spring, and we really liked it, and said, okay, we have to do it again in a bigger batch, because I think we got, like, I don't remember, probably just 20 case of 24 cans, small cans from the first batch. Wow. Yeah. So it went out like crazy in not even a week, and we were like, I just want to have for me. Yeah. One of the highlights of the summer. The first one that we brewed was the Petite Bulles Bleu,
which was with the Crystal Cascade, and our Cascade and Chinook is both from a local farm. Yeah, local farm, about 20 minutes from Lachute. So it's really important for us to like use this local hops that we really love. Really fruity too, especially for a Cascade and Chinook. Like
it's two hops that we really like and we use a lot. And Cascade is a hop that we use a lot in IPAs, but even in other styles.
Yeah.
And we mostly buy it from this hop grower in Ontario. It's just right next to. We were crossing the river, and then we're at the farm. Yeah, basically.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm dying to try this, gentlemen. Get that in you. Cheers.
Yeah. We were already drinking. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, well, this like tastes dry hop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
It does.
Mm.
The beauty of it.
I feel like
that's got a punchier profile than you might expect for an American light lager. I like that.
Yeah. I feel like
it comes through with the
blueberries.
Yes.
Are you guys getting the blueberries?
I am 100%.
I thought I was tripping out for a second. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not dry hop. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, dudes, that's
I
sick.
Remember the Whirlpool.
The weight,
how much hops we put in the Whirlpool, but we probably put a lot.
For our lagers, it's usually about
it's not that much. But
well, total for
it's pretty dry as well. I think we're at like point.
No, it's not that bad. It's for
5 plateau residual sugar, so it's really dry.
This one was
very dry.
I have all the notes right here on my cell phone.
That's perfect.
He's a brewer, yeah. No, it's not that bad. It's about 2 kilos each at the Whirlpool, so it's not that bad.
For a 20 BDL batch.
Yeah, for 20 BDL.
We're talking, really technical, but
yeah. So it's still pretty low.
Yeah, not massive.
It shows, and we can taste the difference between another one that we will never, because most of our lagers we don't do dry hops or we don't do Whirlpool. We just do it on the hot side, boil, and just a little bit, just adds a good bitterness. But this one, we have a couple of beer like that, but this one is more like on the fruity side.
Yeah, it definitely is. That's dope.
I wonder why though that the Mosaic is really punching through. Like, do you have any theories as to no?
Well,
not at all.
Our selection of Mosaic that we did with the Yakima Chief, it was quite intense on the peachy side. In my opinion, but you felt blueberries, so I mean you're quite far from the peaches, so I don't know. I really don't. But our Mosaic is usually quite fruity. The Chinook, since it's the same that we have used for since the beginning of Sir John, I think. We're used to the Chinook from this up farm is also quite fruity, but it's not. It's quite different from the usual Chinook. It's more on the tropical side, I think, with almost pineapples and passion fruit flavors. Sometimes I remember when we did the fresh hops with Chinook and Cascade. Oof. It was quite on the tropical side, even though it's Chinook and Cascade. So you wouldn't get that from the American variant of Chinook and Cascade.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Interesting. It's fascinating. This is a fantastic beer. It's going down so easy. Probably also because of how dry
this is. This is already halfway down.
Yeah.
Easy to drink. That's for sure.
We'll move on pretty quickly, I'm thinking, to that next one. So, whilst we're sipping this bad boy, let's get into the Sir John story, because that's probably one of the main things I'm personally super interested in hearing. So, I'd love to hear from both of you how you both got into craft beer, just as humans, how you discovered it, and then kind of how that led you down the path to opening Sir John.
Yeah, it's probably I would say I've always liked beer, but I was more into Belgium style beer before. Yeah. Before I've tasted all these really nice AZs from US, and it's probably where it all started when I was traveling New York or in US and got into tasting good AZs from there, and I couldn't find. I don't think at that time, like probably 7 years ago, in Quebec or even Canada, we couldn't find that kind of IPAs. That's just for sure.
Before the Norris.
Yeah, before Norris. Yeah, or just like
at that time,
Norris was about to come. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there was some in Ontario, but basically nothing in Quebec.
It was pretty rare.
Yeah.
And even in Ontario, it was rare.
Bellwoods was making some, I imagine.
Bellwoods was, I think, Jutsu was 2016 or 2015, and Sawdust City did Juicing in 2015. Barncat, from what our understanding, Barncat did Eminence in 20. They said this is what we're asking everybody because we're trying to trace it back. Yeah, they told us April 2015.
Okay,
so who was the first in Quebec? Was it I think I heard Nouvelle France did the first smoothie. Who did the first haze?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nouvelle France. Really?
That's what Derek from Brewski said, because I thought they did the first one, and he said no, it was Nouvelle France.
I would say that they were probably the first one, but it was known at that time.
Yeah,
but after that, for AZs, I think it's probably no.
Or, I think it was I think there was a bit of a toss up between La Gabière and Trois Mousquetaires, with the
double IPA one.
Yeah, the blue label one.
It's a beer that I was like craving for, and I know they were delivering some in a small dépanneur in the, how do you say that in English?
No, we say Dep. I still say. I've been here for 2 years.
You can still say Dep. Yeah.
Okay, good.
People understand.
So they were delivering that beer, the Trois Mousquetaires, the blue one, like a couple of
boxes,
probably just a case, and we had to go like right away. We knew when they were delivering it, so we were like just running to the dépanneur and having it, and so I got one. And it was AZ, but it wasn't AZ as it is right now. It was really nice. But if I was like, I don't know, if I was going back to that time with all the beers that I've tasted now, not sure I would feel the same way, but it's normal. It's like, it's another time.
Yep.
But to come back to what I was, the start was really US traveling, and like I remember the first Hill Farms that I got at Prohibition Pig. It was like probably an Edward, which wasn't that tasty, but was like I was oh shit, that's so
blown away. Yeah,
it's amazing. So after that, I think a year after that, I was talking with my dad. And we were saying, like, I think Lachute needs a brewery. We could start a brewery. It's something that we could do together. And we were talking with Max as well, that is not here tonight, and a really good friend of me since a while. And we were drinking the same beer at that time, and so we were like, would be great to do it, but at first it was just to make beer in my dad's garage and sell cans. That's what we wanted to do. We didn't want to have a tap room and nothing at all. We just wanted to make beer and sell it. And we realized that really quickly that it wasn't possible first with the laws and all the regulations. So then we've looked a little farther into the project, and we already own the place in Lachute downtown, where it was a perfect spot to open a brewery. So So then we said, okay, let's do it. We built a facility in the back of an old house downtown Lachute on the main street, and started. So we started right there, and with no experience in breweries and no experience in tap rooms and running a restaurant and running anything like that. So we're entrepreneurs and we have other businesses, but for that kind of businesses, it was the first. So that kind of business was the first.
Your father, although he studied, he see teachings and everything to better himself, and like he was the one brewing.
Exactly. Yes. So, at first, we brewed at in my dad's basement. Me, my dad, Max, and we worked with a brewer from Saint-Adolphe d'Award, which is a small town north of here. He's Alexandre from Gars, which is a small brewery in Saint-Adolphe, and we've been in touch with him and said, do you want to help us start our brewery and help us brew? Because we don't know anything about that. We like it, but we don't know anything. So it started like that, just by home brewing and learn from scratch. Can we say that?
Yeah.
And things after things, and but at first we really wanted to make hazies, but it was hard to find information about how to make hazies. So even on whatever podcasts or whatever magazine or whatever website that we could look at, there was not a lot of information on that type of beer. Even all the books that I bought about IPAs, it was like, okay, classic IPAs.
Yeah.
Right.
Now there is more information, but at that time it was like, okay, we have to make some tests and trial and errors. So that's what we did on brewing.
And what year would this have been again?
That was in 2018.
2018,
when we really started to homebrew, and then open the brewery in 2019, summer 2019.
Okay, so this is at a time where like haze is on the rise, but not necessarily a thing that everyone and their dog is brewing one yet.
No, exactly. No, I don't think there was a lot of.
Certainly not in Quebec.
Exactly. Yeah, we've opened probably at the same time as Messerem.
Right, they were August.
Yeah, I think a month before them. And
I think Brewski was just after that. By the time they got set, they were open, but by the time they started brewing on
about the same time as well,
September, October, I think. Yeah,
but Canada was already making really good beers since a year, I think.
Okay.
So, they were our examples. I mean, we were looking at what they were doing, and we're like, we were buying the big crawlers. They were delivering close to Lachute, so we could go buy them, buy the crawlers near Lachute. So yeah, that was a brewery that we were always been looking at, as an example of doing good beers. Great marketing, great labels. At first,
absolutely.
It was an inspiration, that's for sure.
Which styles did you open?
And for anyone who doesn't know, can you just place Lachute geographically?
Go ahead. Yeah, well, it's I'd say I always said that it's midway between Ottawa and Montreal. Yeah. So I think it's the best way to like show it on a map. You just have to take the 50, and we're just halfway there. Maybe a little bit closer to Montreal, but still, about half and half. So yeah, we're midway.
Looks closer to Montreal.
Yeah,
but it's there was so much traffic going to Montreal that it's closer to Ottawa.
Right.
So yeah, we're about midway. Let's say to Gatineau, just to shorten it out. And
right, okay.
Everything.
Small town were like 12,000
inhabitants. Yeah.
people here. It's my hometown. I'm born and raised here. Max as well. My dad was like lived here since probably more than 44 years. That's my age. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so it was a big thing as well that we wanted to have a good brewery and a good place to hang out. To have a place where it was really fun to come, good music, good food, and something. At first, it wasn't the project, but when we said, okay, we'll open a tap room, then we have to make it right. We have to do something that will stand out in the region, something that we don't have here at that time for sure. And so we put a lot of effort in that to create I think something that people from everywhere in the province comes to experience, and we're really proud of that part, I would say.
That's awesome, man. When you guys opened, being that you sort of had to figure out how to make haze at the time, which styles did you like when you opened? What were you serving? What kind of styles?
We had a bit hazy IPA, and we had a little bit hazy double IPA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Already? Oh yeah.
We had a double. We opened with a single IPA, which was their Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started with Jericho, the first chapter for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had the Ezekiah, which is another IPA that we did a couple of chapters, but I don't know. We just kind of wanted to do something else at some point. And after that, we had the Ayersville, which is a pale ale, amber pale ale that we still do a lot. It's really the local beer that we have to have on tap here. If not, people get mad.
Yeah, it's a local favorite.
Yeah,
right.
It's funny you say there's the amber. Oh, go.
Yeah,
I don't remember if we had
Welsh.
Yeah, I know we had the Trinity as well.
Oh yeah,
Trinity is a saison with a lot of cassis. What's cassis mean?
Oh, blackcurrant.
Yeah,
blackcurrant.
Yeah, that's it.
So it wasn't a smoothie. It was really a saison and with blackcurrant, fermented blackcurrant, but really bright red, nice looking beer.
Dark
pretty good.
red. Yeah, dark,
pretty good.
Purple-ish red. Yeah.
It's not a style that we do anymore because when we do saison now, we do mixed firm saison.
Yeah.
But at that time, we were not at that point, so we started with that kind of saison. It was pretty good.
Okay. That's dope. Interesting. I love that. Yeah, the Jericho series is one of my favorites that you guys do, and it's great. Still kicking today. How many chapters of that are we at?
We're getting to 18 next
18?
month.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! But you keep redoing. You keep redoing it, right?
Yeah, we go back and forth, and like for the.
At some point, we said we'll stop at 13 because we had like a special edition 13, and we said, okay, we'll stop there. And then we said, oh, okay, there's so much new hops that we have to continue.
You'd be crazy not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Do we want to I just finished the bit. Do we want to move on to the IPA or do we want to chill for a sec? Am I going too fast? No, wait till you finish. Nate, how are you looking?
Mine's tapped. I'm ready for the next one, whatever.
All right.
All right. Oh, shit.
You're good.
All right.
We're talking a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. We're making you talk. We didn't actually select the IPA because we have two ones that are 6.2, I believe.
Yeah.
I think I would go with this one, which is a little
lower in ABU, and it's also a nice segue because we just talked about the Jericho. I think it'd be the perfect segue into it.
Yeah, Argala Jeans is at
6.8.
6.8. Yeah,
maybe my notes are 4.
Yeah, this one's 6.2. The other one's 6.8.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. This is called Bonheur I can't say
Bonheur En Canna.
Yeah. Happiness in the can.
Happiness in the can. I love
that.
And this one has one of the things I just want to say I love that you guys do every time.
I know what you're going to say. Yeah,
you know, because I write the little reviews, finding the information. Sometimes you guys are really good with Untapped, but not every brewery is.
Yeah.
You do that? Good.
Yeah,
Thank you. Please keep doing it.
I manage the Untap and most of the social network.
Okay.
Oh, he's managing the Untap, all the texts,
and everything.
It's pretty good in writings.
So yeah,
dude, that's awesome. Thank you for that. That's great.
All those years in university has to come up to something, I guess.
On top of that, I guess you guys always put the hops on the side of the can, and it's always in the same place. This one's got Citra, Galaxy, Nelson Hopkeef, and regular Nelson. I just think this is like, it's so convenient, particularly like if I'm in a store and there's a million IPAs and I'm trying to decide, and maybe I can't get one of everything. I want to see what hops are in it. To me, this is one of the most convenient things, because otherwise, if you have to pull up Untapped, it's another step. I'd rather just look at the can, see what's on it, look underneath, check the date, boom, you know?
Yeah,
it's important.
And also for us, it's a good way also to educate our clients, because, okay, I love this beer. Why? Well, maybe it's because of the hops. Okay, what hops were in the beer? Maybe I'll go back and look for some of those hops in my next purchase and everything. So yeah, for us,
it's very cool. Oh, you guys froze.
Hey,
you're back.
Oh, and we're back.
Yeah.
That's one of those things
that
can. That's one of those things that can honestly make a difference for me. Like in a purchasing decision, like if I'm in a dep or a specialty beer shop, and if there's not anything specific I'm looking for, if I'm looking at a bunch of IPAs and there are ones that show the hops on it, and there happen to be like hops that I like that I'm really into, I'll be more inclined to pick that than one that doesn't have the hops listed. If I don't have to like Cee was saying, flip through Untapped or flip through Instagram to try to figure out what hops are in it.
Every time. And even then, some breweries don't this is Bonheur En Canna 4, by the way, cut, which is cool. So this is another
series. It is.
Okay, I just noticed that now because I'm pulling up.
Yeah, it's our new series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
It's a new series that we did. We wanted to have a lower ABV, really easy drinking IPAs.
Yeah.
IPA. So so we decided to do a new series.
It's a blend between the Jericho and the Amsterdam, which are both of our flagship IPAs. The Amsterdam is our oat cream IPA, and the Jericho is our flagship IPA. And this one is just
close to a pale ale, not a pale ale.
Yeah, it's closer to the Amsterdam in terms of ABV, but without the lactose, and the same, I'll say maybe greenness than the Jericho.
No, it's
smoother. Well, it's smoother, yeah, but still, it has a sponge, and yeah, it's a great beer. I think it's my new favorite series.
Okay, I gotta sip this, gentlemen.
Yeah,
get that in you.
Cheers,
cheers, guys.
Yeah, look at the glassware. Love that.
Oh, glassware is gorgeous. Those are sick.
Oh, the nose on this is insane.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. The mouthfeel is awesome. Yeah.
But it's really easy drinking. There's no harshness, no greenness. It's really different than what we were used to do, I would say. Oh. Normally we do like some IPAs that with a lot more punch.
Yeah.
Like the one that we'll taste after has more punch. It's more of the style that people are used to get from what we do.
I see what you mean.
But it's like, it's fun to have like just
some middle ground. Exactly. Yeah. Something like everybody can like have some fun with, love, and just, it's a good beer. That's it. So just a great beer.
Yeah.
Truly, just a great beer. Right. That's a good, that could be an episode name.
That could be.
It's just a great beer.
Just a great beer. I love that. We write them down as we come, as someone says something cool. We would always write it down, because when it comes to picking an episode name, we always forget. This is fantastic, and I like the way that you guys said that, because it is it's got that Sir John kind of body and that sort of the everything that you come to expect from your beers. But it is, I know as you were saying it, I was like, oh, you're right. It is a little bit more easy drinking. It's got all of the flavor. It's not lacking in flavor. That it's just like I think you said, Joe, it's a little bit less punchier. And I feel like it's cool to have that because once again, with hazy IPAs, there's like the nuances are important. If you don't have the nuance of haze, it all tastes the same. So you've got to have that nuance. And Jericho is that big fucking like creamy, like that real thick style IPA, which I love. That's why I always get that one. But this is like a really nice middle ground. And I like that it's the combo of the Jericho and the Amsterdam.
Yeah,
very
cool. That's what we had in mind when we created this series. And it was not just to experiment new hops, but it was more to add something a little more easy drinking.
Yeah. And also it's fun also to like see, even though it's only chapter 4, since like the first time since chapter 1, this beer has already evolved so much. The recipe first used to have maltodextrin to add to the body, but since then we've taken out the maltodextrin, and it still has this amazing body, and it's still so easy drinking. It's still packing so much flavor. So we've tweaked the recipe a little bit since the first batch, but yeah, it's a fucking great beer.
We always now there's a new
I'll
add that one in there. A fucking great beer. Love that.
We always tweak our beers. I would say it's pretty rare that we do the same. Even if it's this, I should not say that. Even if it's the same chapter, we tweak it. Yeah, we change things. It's like we're never satisfied, so we try different things.
No, you're not.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. I think that's that's something that a lot of folks that we talk to say that you're truly never, like, if you're drinking from different batches, truly you're never going to drink the same beer twice in a lot of things, because you're always looking, because like there's lots of people who are always looking for any improvements, no matter how small.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you're always looking to better yourself and what you produce. So yeah.
And it's pretty hard to replicate some. I would be proud to have it. We have beers that we do, and it tastes the same thing. There is some beers that we don't touch.
But tell me this.
It's pretty rare that even the hops are not the same year. The selection is different. There's so much variables.
Exactly, just because of the yeast.
It's changed so much. It's like. It's not handmade because it's not furniture. But it's really
living.
Crafty. It's crafty. Yeah,
it's living. It's a living thing.
But that's what's fun about. I think I know that a lot of people seems disappointed to not get the same thing each and every time. But I feel that that's the cool part of craft beer. I don't know. That's my point of view.
And also for me, like, craft beer is more about the moment you drink the beer. That's what defines how much you will taste the beer, like how much you appreciate the moment during which you're drinking.
For sure, it affects the taste.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Absolutely, it does.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, to preach it there.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and that's the reason. That's the reason why breweries like Badlands, for instance, like Troy, like when we first had him on, talked at great length about how different the exact same hops can be in different harvest years, and like how it can actually have like a huge impact on how a beer's tasting, even if you don't change the recipe at all. Just Galaxy from one year to the next might be tasting wildly different, and that's exactly why when Troy does the same beer the next year, it's like labeled with the year to kind of differentiate it from the previous years, because even if the recipe hasn't changed, that's going to be a different beer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We can also Galaxy has changed a lot over the years. Sabro too. We all remember the first year that Sabo was all over coconut and then went to like a dill minty flavor.
And then more tropical.
Yeah, and then went back to tropical. So yeah, it's ever changing, but we just have to make do with what we're given. So yeah.
But Galaxy is the best example. I remember I was talking with Gab and Vince from SRM, and they had a good batch of Galaxy that they didn't want to use. Afraid of using Galaxy at some point because with every beer we're getting was getting too harsh and not green, just harsh. So that's the worst.
Yep.
And we had the same issues, and then we get rid of this batch and this year, and now it's good. We can use Galaxy again.
Yeah, year over year over the last 5 years, Galaxy has varied so wildly. It's been bananas. I think 5 years ago was probably when it was when beers that were made with 100% Galaxy or even 50% Galaxy were being the punchiest shit you've ever had in your life. Not knock your socks off kind of thing. Yeah. And then around 3 years ago, which I and I remember this specifically because that was when we first had Troy on the pod, and or maybe it was 2 years ago. Anyways, and he was saying about how Galaxy was just absolute shit that year, and was just tasting really, really off. Yeah. But this year again, it's fucking back. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I had Mind Prism, they're all Galaxy Double IPA a couple of weeks ago, and it was wild because it wasn't quite as punchy as in extreme bitterness or extreme tartness, but just absolutely bursting with tropical flavor. It was just so incredibly tropical forward. It was nuts, and a completely different experience every year. It's just nuts how much it varies.
Well, it becomes problematic when you do not have that consistency with your product. So it's a real shame in a way, but at the same time, it can give you, I don't know, it can give your beer that you're brewing every year a total new aspect. So it can be interesting. Really, it just depends on how you're approaching the way you're selling it and the way you're advertising it.
Yeah, Galaxy's always been our first collab we did with Sawdust City in 2018. You could drink that beer 6 months later. It was a double IPA, and it was fine because the Galaxy was so crazy.
Yeah,
it was like hot burn on the most extreme level.
Oh, really?
It was out of control. I'd never experienced, and that was about maybe 50%, 40 or 50% Galaxy, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, and you also did that with Vic's Secret and Enigma too, which are no slouches on their own.
The original one was Ella. The second version was Enigma.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Yeah, but no, you're right though. Yeah, the Galaxy back then. This was 2018, and it was overwhelming. It was just that I like hot burn personally, but fucking it was a lot of
too much at some point.
Yeah,
way too much.
But that would strip your tongue there.
Yeah, when you're drinking it and it's I cannot finish the can.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
Not a good sign. And it sounds like
he was scared to use Galaxy and was I think at that point in these years, and it was how much do we put Galaxy? How do we treat Galaxy? It was okay, we're scared to make a big batch because how it will turn out.
Yeah.
And now we don't feel this. I think we did a triple IPA not even a year ago, and we were still scared to do it because it's
beginning of the year.
Yeah. And we could have put a lot more Galaxy, but because we were scared, we just went a little bit and adjusted a little bit, but it was okay. It went out really soft, too soft.
Yeah, it was too soft. Even post fermentation, when everything was supposed to be set and done, we decided to add even more hops because it was not up to our liking, and we felt like it needed a little bit more punch. So yeah, it's
tricky hop.
It's a tricky hop, yeah.
Tricky hop for sure. Okay, so coming back to the story, because this beer is going down glorious. We're going to crush this quick, I imagine. When you guys, so you opened in 2019 alongside the other guys that we were talking about, so that was essentially like that real first wave, or maybe second wave of haze in Quebec, and the real wave that made it like, no, there's like now Bar Canada, cool, and I guess Boreal was doing Nord-Est, and then you got Meso and Brewski all basically at the same time, and it was really showing that, like, I knew people from Quebec who were traveling to Vermont basically every weekend because they couldn't get what they wanted at home, right? So it showed that there was an appetite in Quebec for haze. How long did it take you guys to really dial in your say, just since we're talking about haze, like how long did it take to get the haze to where you felt like, all right, this is what we wanted to achieve when we were home brewing?
We're not even achieving it. I'm kidding a bit, but summer of the year after.
So when I started,
2020. Yeah.
We had a couple of good beers in the winter before you went. Before you started.
I'm just listening with you.
But we've adjusted a lot of things during the first winter that we were open. I think we got a couple of good. I think the first double IPA that we were really proud was Tête dans les Nuages.
Yeah,
Eden Clouds.
Yeah,
and it was hazy, but it wasn't that hazy, but it was pretty good.
This one was quite the upburn though.
No, not the first. The first batch wasn't. No.
All right.
After that, we've added so much hops that it became really, really.
It made it
harsh,
so harsh and so green.
But the first one was pretty good, and that's one of the first double IPA that we were really proud. And then we had a lot of ups and downs because we were really trying to get to a level that we wanted, but couldn't find the right spot. Then. Got a good spot and lost it a little bit, and got it back, and lost it a little bit, and got it back, and that's part of the game.
But I think also the best thing about this is like we're being so critical about ourselves that we push ourselves so much to be better each and every time.
Right, which is important. I feel like every great brewery is exactly what you're talking about, like. I can think of every single brewery that we all admire in Canada, and they all have had periods where it wasn't the greatest.
Yeah.
Like I've been into Brewski, and Derek's like, try this. This is shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And I was like, oh. And when I first got introduced to Badlands, it was during Badlands' bad patch. Like I was in Montreal, my brother got the order and he sent it over to me. And I was like, oh, this is not what everyone's talking about. And then when I went to Brewski, like months later, he was saying that Badlands went through a patch, and now we're going through it. We're trying to figure it out. I was like, oh, okay.
Everybody got slumps.
Everybody got it, man. And it's everyone's been through it. And I think it's like, I feel like no one talks about it though, because it almost feels like it's not a bad thing. It's a part of the game. Like you said, Joel, it's a part of the game. This is what happens in craft beer, and earlier you mentioned this is what the point of it is. Might not always be, you guys were saying it's not always the same, and that's okay, and that's maybe what we're signing up for here. Like we're going for a product that isn't McDonald's, it's not Molson, it's but smaller systems, it's not an exact science always. You're trying, but that's part of it, and that's the beauty, because like you said as well, Simon, like the moment, it's all about the moment too. So it's a mix of it all.
Everything was drinkable though. But we're not. There was probably one.
Maybe one.
Maybe one.
Yeah, we did a white stout at some point.
No. This one was drinkable too, but still. Yeah, it was drinkable.
It was okay.
Yeah, you didn't like it. No, but still, tastes is really.
But
people like it.
I love to have bad beers that were really not proud, and some that we are, and it's like that. We were trying so many things at some point. We're still trying a lot of things. Yeah, but it's it was, and it's probably because of that we get really good good beer and sometimes less good beers because we try a lot of different things at the same times and probably too many things. And we don't know exactly at that point, maybe not now, but when we were like experimenting,
we still are.
We still are, but not as much as we were.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
it's more stable.
Yeah.
So at that time we were really experimenting. And what's the little thing that we've changed that made this? We couldn't figure it out because we did so many changes at the same time.
Yeah.
So that was probably a big.
Yeah. Over the years, we've changed brewing setups. We've changed fermenters, and we're now using yeast propagators. So like so many things change. So it's hard to like pinpoint like what can we do to go back to like that original taste that we had.
But even that,
but yeah, still,
can you even say? I'm thinking about that sometimes. Does a beer that you've tasted 5 years ago and you taste now is really different, or is just the way you feel now and the way you taste because you've tasted so much?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's probably the fact that you've tasted so much that you taste differently, and not the beer has changed a lot.
Do you know that's such a great question. I was dealing with this I want to say in 20. So Heady Topper, obviously it's one of the best beers of all time. Everyone loves it. Even this day, I'll have it, and now I think I like Focal better. But
me too.
It's people keep saying it. Right, not at first. I was like, you're crazy. But then now I went back last year and I was like, yeah, I think Focal is better. But there was a time in, I think it was 2017. And this is how weird it was. I was, maybe this is not the example I'm thinking of. Okay, well, either way, there was a time when I bought it and I got it. I was so excited, went to Vermont, got it, and I got it from my friend in Vancouver, and I sent it out to him. I'm like, it tastes like dirt. Like there was something going on with it. And someone, I don't know if this is the example I'm thinking of now. I kind of feel like I messed it up, but there was like, I remember telling people and they were like, nah, your palate's just changed. I'm like, no, I think it's actually not great. But there are times, that was one example where it was a great beer that clearly it had like a bad batch. They just had one bad batch and then they fixed it. Kind of,
sure. It's not only the taste, it's the batches. And
maybe they tried something. But then there was something else recently.
It happens to everybody, yeah. Maybe not to us, but sometimes, you know.
I love it. But I feel like it's not a bad thing because, like, it's going to piss me off now because there was something that I drank recently. I thought it was the Heady story, but there was something else that I was, no, I can't. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me later. But I remember having something and I'm like, oh, this isn't that good. And people kept saying, oh, your palate's changed. And I'm like, no, I just kind of maybe feel like it could be that beer isn't what it used to be. And there's a bunch of things that I wouldn't want to say it publicly because maybe it's just me, but there's a whole bunch of different beers I'm sure we all probably have had that we used to love in 2018 or something. And then you have it now and you're like, oh, this is not as good as it used to be.
Your taste changed. That's for sure your taste changed. But a good Focal banger is still very good. Fresh from there, it's still very good.
Fresh
it's
from
killer.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had it on tap. Did they do it on tap? I thought it was just out of the cans and stuff. Maybe the new beer garden.
Yeah.
They do now?
Yeah.
When I went, they just had a beer garden. They still served it in cans. So I wanted to try it on draft.
They serve the Heady with
they serve it in can beer garden. Well, outside, but inside when you go,
true.
You can
you can go on that. Okay.
Yeah.
The cask, the hand pull thing.
Hand pulls,
Yeah. Okay, what? So one thing I always remember about you, and this might have actually, it's interesting hearing you guys talk about the experimentation, because I remember, I want to say 2020, 2021, there was a time when most of your IPAs were in different levels of a lot of hop burn. And like I said earlier, I'm not saying that in a negative way, because personally I'm a fan of hop burn. I think it's like kind of fun. And it also makes the beer last longer. So if I get the beer and I know I'd probably drink it in 2 or 3 weeks, but if it's got a bit of hot burn, I'm like, that could be 5, 6.
It's got some staying power.
It's got some staying power. was the hop burn? I always wanted to be. I was always curious. Was that either intentional or was that a side effect of the experimentation?
It's hard to say. I think it's both. We wanted to have some kick. I can say that. Yeah, some torque, some punch and torque to our beers, but maybe not that much. So it's just the right level of.
I know what you mean.
Really good. It's like it's the same. If I drink one of the beers that we make and I have big time problem to finish the can, that's not a good sign. Yeah. Sometimes I drink it maybe too early, like just too
young.
In the fermenter
or right after the canning. Yeah, I'm just grabbing a can. I'm going home and I'm drinking it, and it's probably not the best time to drink a beer. Yeah, it's really everything is like still in suspension, doesn't have time to rest. But there are some beers that we did, and I couldn't finish the cans, and I was like, oh, okay. And we some beers we just said, okay, we will not sell it now. We'll keep it in cold for 2 weeks, and then we'll sell it. We did that a couple of times. But we just did that because we felt that for sure in 2 weeks it would be good, and that's what happened.
Just needed a bit of time to mellow.
Exactly, and we didn't want it because at that time we were like shipping the day after canning, and we said no, we cannot do that. People will buy right away, and at that time everybody was buying right away the cans. Yeah, we were delivering, they were buying, they were drinking. So it's like it wasn't good. So we said, okay, we'll wait a week, we'll wait another week, and we'll see when we deliver. And it was just a question of delivering or giving a product that was like what we wanted to give, like as experience of drinking beer, and we felt that we can. There's like saison that we still have here, and we wait a little bit because we feel it's not ready, and it's normal. It's like we try to we don't want to deliver or to sell a beer that we're not happy with. So except the white stout.
And when you guys have and when you've done that, when you've made the decision to hold it back for a couple of weeks or whatnot, have you noticed like a difference in kind of the comments on it? Like, have you compared to when you haven't done that? Have you noticed a difference in how people are reacting to it? Like, do they is it generally positive? Like, do you get fewer comments of it being harsh or hop burny, or have you noticed anything there?
It's hard to say because we hadn't shipped or released it when it was that harsh.
Yeah, sure. So so you don't really have a direct comparison.
So it wasn't between us, but we felt the difference. Like when we tasted it,
you just knew it. You just knew when it was right. I mean, you guys tasted it, so you'd know.
And like you said, it was so green and ours that the beer was still really fresh. That wasn't making
that much of a difference.
No, for sure. The date wasn't counting.
But so sometimes it just happens, and you don't there's no. Was it ever intentional, or was it because I feel like there's like a sweet spot, whatever that is, for when you're drinking, but then when you do, I guess it's sort of maybe once again kind of what we've been saying this whole time, that's not an exact science to nail it. Was it like you were like, yeah, let's ramp the hop burn up a bit and let it mellow? Did you do it on purpose, or was it more like we tried something and then you kind of realized later that oh shit, by changing that, now we've got more hop burn, so maybe we change our processes? Was it something like that?
Yeah, it was, but we couldn't figure out what it was. And we still have here and there, but it's pretty rare now. That we have really green beer, it's pretty rare. Even if some will complain that it's green, I don't think they are that green. They are not harsh.
They are bitter, but they're not harsh.
They're bitter, they're a bit green, but they're not harsh, I think, now, our beer. But
compared to what we used.
But it's something that we want to fix, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of our really good customers or fans, or I don't know, the people that drinks our beer, sometimes they are disappointed because they're not green.
So people like Cee is what you're saying.
But that's a lot of like that we're getting back too.
And I'm like, shit, we've worked so hard to not have this.
Yeah. But
sometimes you can't win. Sometimes you can't win.
It's again a question of getting the middle ground, and maybe we've got a little bit too low. Maybe we get just to get a little bit back up.
Exactly. So that's a good point, because we've did some beer this summer that I felt were too sweet, or like too soft, and and because we've changed all of our dry upping methods this summer. And since 6 months, something like that.
No, not since.
And we've changed a little more this summer, yeah.
Let's say since the Ace Wars with Vox and Ox.
Yeah, that's right. And
that's the matter.
Yeah. Even we've changed. So that's a big point. We did this one, same operate, same type of hops, and we did another one, same operate, same type of same method, and it's so different.
Yeah.
One is like punchy and just in between greenness, and the other one is soft.
So soft.
So it's
so
like,
creamy.
Okay, what do we do now?
Gotcha.
I think the best thing to know is like we don't know what we're doing, and we're just going along with it. That's the thing to remember.
Yeah. Keep this line.
Yeah. We don't know what we're doing.
Nate's adding that right now.
I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm doing
that's
good. Yeah.
I fucking love it. How was Haze Wars? I know that's a great event. Maddie's always told us about that.
Yeah.
Haze Wars was good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was there.
Go.
Yeah, I was there for the podcast. I had a lot of fun with Maddie. Such a great guy, obviously. Yeah. He's great. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. All the beers were great. Wheels, who was there? Borea with Kanawake, Brewski, obviously. Nano Cinco, and I think I'm missing maybe us.
Yeah, and us.
Yeah, us.
Yeah,
that's the one I'm missing.
That's a great name.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and everybody there was so great. So yeah, it was a fun time.
That's awesome. Maddie knows how to curate stuff. He's a beast. That fucking guy. He's the best.
Oh yeah,
miss him.
Yeah,
this is and also I want to say I didn't even look at this earlier. This is only canned on the 9th of September. We are drinking this on the 26th today.
Yeah, this is
like 2 weeks ish, little over 2 weeks. It's drinking I and now you like I'm glad we talked about the green stuff, because I was always curious, and I have not had. It was like just for a period over COVID time, really, is from what I can recall. And it's like now we've got like this context. I think that's really fascinating. At least I feel like that closed the loop for me, because I was always wondering, like, was it intentional or that? But now, you you guys have really it shows that how much you've worked on everything over the last 3-4 years, whatever it is, to really dial it in and to get it exactly sort of where you want. It's
and it's still not what we want.
As you said.
Sometimes,
No, as I said, our best critic is still ourselves, and we are still working on to better ourselves.
I think we're all difficult on what we do, and we always like better the other breweries, but it's I'm not sure if it's the same for other breweries, but
and the owners take pleasure in like smashing down the brewers and what is
it?
Torturing?
It's the methods.
Torturing. Yeah, it's the right word. I think.
For sure.
Yeah,
torturing the brewers. That's the episode name.
Yeah.
No, it's. I think that's a positive thing to tear it apart, and like I feel like there's most people I'd say we talk to are a little more excited about drinking other people's beers than their own. I think it's like.
Everyone's their own biggest critic in this industry.
That's it. Exactly. And you're drinking your beers every day. You're testing them. You're trying them, seeing how they're going. And it sort of becomes like you've had it at the whole stage of fermentation, and you just kind of like over it by the time it's out. Whereas you go somewhere else, it's new and it's fun and it's exciting, and then you can look at that and you go, oh, what did they do here? How did they do this? And it's like, yeah, you're not the only ones to feel. I feel like basically everybody in any, I imagine every chef would be more excited about trying someone else's food than their own food. It's just
normal.
Yeah.
And we all have our profile, and probably we get like a bit tired of the profile that we taste all
every now and then. Yeah.
So it's probably
totally.
Yeah.
You've got your house yeast as well, I imagine, too, like your own yeast that you're propagating.
We propagate the yeast. It's not our house yeast, but at the end, we have different yeast that we use. It's not only one.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, this beer is fantastic. How we feeling about the next one? Am I
think it's
moving
about
us
time.
fast? Yeah. So we're going to the next IPA.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to even try and say this. I think you guys would be better.
So it is un gars en jeans puis des animaux. So this is really it's Quebec way
slang.
of saying slang. Yeah, but not that slang. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's
so it means a guy in jeans with some animals.
Okay.
And it's the art of the can. That's it.
Yep. It is exactly that.
Beer names. We've just described the artwork. That's it.
Yeah.
That's Max. That's totally Max.
Yeah, that's totally Max.
Oh, the dog. Oh, the dog is the fucking best. Look at the dog. Look at the dog. Oh, that's the fucking best, bro. Oh, that's amazing. And this one is 6.8%. And if I just spin the can, I can see the hops right here. Fuck, I love it. Citra, Nelson, and Nate, and our favorite. Tell him, Nate.
The legend Peacherine.
Peacherine, yeah, that's nice.
Peacherine. Okay. How do you guys feel about that hop? Because we like
it. We will at some point we wanted to do more, but we couldn't find some, and
pretty hard to get.
But now we're good. Yeah.
We've restocked a bit, so might come in handy later on this month. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one to come across, and that's the cheat code, as our friend Guillaume at Lachute calls it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But Guillaume is such a lovely, blessed.
Oh, he's the best.
Oh, he's the best. Yeah, we love Guillaume.
And you can't make a shit beer with Peacherine. I dare you.
Yeah, no.
Let's see about this one.
Whoa. No, this is good.
Oh, this was the beer that you guys canned like. Pretty.
Yeah,
no, this
last
Monday. Last week.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah.
16. This is fresh as fuck. You guys really hooked up the freshness on these ones.
Yeah.
And this is once again. So this would be a single IPA, 6.8. It's looking pretty damn milky here, which I'm loving.
Yeah.
The head is crazy. The head is like
something that we fixed. At some point, we had so much problem with head retention.
Yeah,
well, this is probably because of greenness beer when it's
oils
too much oils.
That would make sense.
Retention.
Oh yeah, is that what causes too much oil causes greenness and then no head retention?
Well,
is that
doesn't help? That's for sure.
We know that oil, we know that there's oil in hops, we know, but we've also seen like our coconut, that the Perdition that we have later on. It's also imperial stout with coconut, and we know that coconut is so fucking oily that it causes us so little air retention because of all the oil in coconut. So yeah. One of the big factor of loss of head retention is the oiliness of the beer. So yeah, and it's a big factor to count when we are doing some beers like this, and or with adjuncts or with fresh hops. Also, it's a big factor to look into. So yeah. Cheers.
Interesting.
Cheers.
Gentlemen. Cheers. Get that in you.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
The nose is gorgeous.
Thank you. Pretty awesome beer.
Yeah, this beer is the best
You've loved
since a while.
Yeah. You really love it.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
This one has
still mad young.
There's a little greenness, but it's not like harsh. Just fun greenness.
Fun,
And,
fun greenness.
I'm barely tasting it like any greenness at all. Like this is just going down mighty smooth.
Oh yeah. The body is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm getting like it's a little bit dank.
Yeah.
Which is great. Dank citrus. I feel like the peach is under there. I feel like the peacherine isn't dominating, which is interesting.
No.
Being it's with Citra Nelson, and the peacherine is it's like balanced in there. It's not like over.
But I feel like I feel like the Nelson peacherine combo like is creating something lovely there. And like Nelson in combo with some hops creates such a beautiful dankness. Like Nelson and Galaxy used to do that 3 or 4 years ago, I think.
When Galaxy was good.
Yeah, exactly.
When Galaxy.
Exactly.
That's another episode now. When Galaxy was good.
It's true. But in that beer, we don't have that much peacherine. It's focused more on citra.
There's a lot of citra. Mostly the boil and the whirlpool is all citra.
For sure.
And then on the dry hop it's a mix of the other hops.
I think first dry up there's a bit of there's no peacherine, and just in the last dry up there's
there's only on the last dry up there's
it's just because it's a repeat. That's a beer that we've done
last year. Yeah.
The year before. The year before.
Maybe, yeah.
And
it's last year. Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So we at that time we just add a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So
it was quite when peacherine was getting available here in Quebec for the first time.
So we wanted to do it back because we really liked it, and we liked the label, and the name is so dumb. So it's always the best beers.
Yeah, I guess.
It's the name. Now, once you explain it, I'm just looking at the label. The more you look at it, the more ridiculous it is, and the more
that's it. That's the label.
That's probably I imagine Max saying, "Oh, how will I name this?"
It's just
a guy in jeans with animals.
That's it.
Yeah,
it's done.
I'm gonna show this label to my wife, and it's probably gonna crack her up. My wife is Quebecois. She's from Rimouski, so I have a feeling that this will probably crack her up.
Yeah. You'll feel right back at home.
So PIS means just with. That's slang for with.
Yeah, it's
and with or whatever. Yeah, it's
Is Pui with PUIS?
It depends on the context of the phrase. So, like, it's a really there's a lot of way you can.
But it's a shorter way of saying épuis.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else could it be?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
So épuis means avec. It's
avec. Okay. In English, it's saying in here and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're having a crash course on Quebecois slang while we're doing this tonight.
I love this shit. I miss it. That's the one thing about Quebec. It was like I never spoke fluent French or anything, so it was always a little difficult for me. But it's like it was always kind of fun. There was always like funny shit, like my favorite ever is love it so much. I miss that shit.
What? Sorry.
Like c'est ça.
Nothing of that.
It's the best.
Any sense?
Any sense? Nothing. Didn't understand it at all.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Oh, the friend. This is hilarious. But this is fantastic, guys. This is the type of beer that's like the last one, fantastic, very smooth, very drinkable, as you said, a lot more approachable. This is much more that Sir John punchy, tropical, and it's still very young. This is like 10 days old.
Yeah,
excuse me. So I'm like, I just burped, and that when the burp comes through your nose,
a little bit of pop.
You can
oh yeah,
all the aromatic is coming.
Yes, aromatic is the word. Yeah, this is great, and I feel like this. Do you guys think that this is, as far as the single IPAs, do you think this is like pretty reflective of where Sir John is at in 2024 as far as the your approach IPAs? Yeah,
but this is what we want to do. I think that's what I feel. I think the other really good. We did Dus Folie mid August, and it was really good, really fruity.
Yeah,
but
this one was awesome.
But was missing a little kick. And this one has the same fruitiness, the same tropical, but with the dankness and the fruit and the kick that Sir John has. Yeah. So I think this is what we want to achieve: to have something that you drink. You can drink the whole can. It's not harsh at all, and you still have the little kick that we all like.
For me, like this Folie was just a little bit more sweet, versus this one, which is a little bit more bitter.
Yeah, it's more bitter for sure.
Yeah, but again, we are our own worst critic. I think we can always do better. I do think we can find a little middle ground where there's a little bit more sweetness and a little bit more harshness, like just to compensate and get to this middle ground where we'd be really happy, like the both of us. I know he won't. I don't agree. Meet it, but still, like we can see it in the distance. We never get there. Still, we're striving to get there.
I like that though, right? Isn't that better to have something to work towards and keep climbing? If you're already there, then what?
Look at the horizon and work. Look at the horizon and walk toward it instead of like just stalling.
Walk towards it.
Philosophic,
yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Okay, question for you guys. Any beer anywhere in the world, like as far as like haze, what is your ultimate, like, that is the perfect New England IPA? Like as far as, whether it's what you want Sir John to achieve, but each of you might have like, this is the like this, either whether it's a specific beer or maybe it's a brewery that generally speaking, you just like their approach to haze, being that that's what we're talking about. Is there any
that's a hard question to answer in 2024.
Really hard question.
It's really hard. Lately, I really like what the Fidens is doing.
That was my answer too. It was Fidens. Yeah.
And Messerem lately, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
They nail something.
They're fucking killing it. They are fucking.
They're really good. So it's hard. It's hard to say because I like a lot of beers in Quebec but Fidens I would say they had this like really tropical, but with a bit of kick and bitterness and not too sweet. Not maybe if they were sweet, I don't know. I don't know if they were really sweet, but they don't feel sweet. I haven't tested it, but they don't feel sweet.
Right.
But it's really it's really good. Yeah. But except that, I will always like Eddie Topper and like we've talked later.
Of course, the classics.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, at Chambly, I tasted. I don't remember the name, but it was a beer from Emporium, and it was just so fucking good. It was it was a hazy. That I remember, but I don't remember the name.
He was working.
Yeah, I was working. It wasn't. Well, I don't remember.
But you don't remember?
No, but I don't remember the name of the beer. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not good at names. That's it. But
You guys are like a married couple. I love it.
No, but for this summer, I remember Emporium just blasted me away. So did Le Catch.
Oh, the catch!
Oh my god!
I totally forgot that, but the catch was like since last year. I think a year
they are
ago,
amazing.
even more. It's like Guillaume found something and nailed it, and it's like every time.
All the love. Yes.
He's brewing some of the best haze in the country right now.
Oh, yeah,
for sure. No question.
Oh yeah. And but in terms of US, I don't know. In terms of, I don't know. I still love what we're doing.
Brewos is good, but I just got like one or two. Cans.
We don't have
Brewos. How do you pronounce
Brewos? Brewos?
Oh, Brewhouse. Yeah, from Oregon. Yep.
But we don't have enough like samples to like taste it. So please send us some.
If you're watching, guys.
People watching say must send us some
no, but for real, I just don't know. It's such a fucking hard question to answer.
Yeah.
I love my beers, but I mean, again,
your own brews.
Yeah. I love them. But it's
you're not brewing anymore.
No, I'm not brewing anymore. I'm not talking about those beers.
Okay,
you don't have to worry. I do love them, but no, I don't know.
I was just curious. No, that's fine. I was just curious, sort of what the goal was with what you're doing. But I feel like it's that constant striving for just better is really all that matters, just to always improve it. And I feel like it's a series of 1% tweaks over time. And like looking at when I first tried your stuff, I feel like you guys have been in the conversation of, hey, like you guys work, like we're friends with Greg from Counterpart, and I remember just before his anniversary I was down there. He was like, I want to do a beer with Sir John, and like he was telling us, I think you guys came down for it to Niagara.
Yeah,
he was stoked. He loved that. And like Counterpart are my favorite because they're not too far from here, from where I'm at now.
Love them guys. The guys
are cool. They are so awesome.
And
super cool.
Underrated too.
Yeah, very underrated. And it's really cool to see, like, you guys have been in the conversation from basically since you started, as far as the best of the best in Quebec and Ontario. Because I feel like the beautiful thing, Quebec and Ontario work together so much. All the best, you guys are coming out and collabing, and Third Moon and Badlands and Willowbold and fucking all of them are going out to Fine Balance and all the the best cats are going out to Quebec to all the festivals and collabing with you guys and Brewski and Meso and Catch and Bar Canada and Sankiem and all that stuff. It's very, like, it's cool. It's very cool as, like, for us to see. We know most of the folks behind those breweries, but we're also just fans of all the products, and it's sick to see the best of the best work together. And now was living there for a long time, and I'm out here. It's sick. I love it.
Even me, last week I was at Blood Brothers downtown in Toronto.
Blood Brothers, sorry, I should have said them too, of course. Yes.
No, but it's okay. But still, I just went because I was in Toronto for my holidays, and I was like, I don't want to miss going out to like Blood Brothers because they're so lovely. I love them with all my heart. They have amazing beers. All they do is amazing. So I just went and got them some beers, and we're welcome. Even us, like, we have not much of a foothold in the Ontario scene, but still we are well known enough throughout Canada that, like, when we get there, everybody's so pleased, like, oh yeah, you're from Sir John. I know you. You're great guys. It's so fun that you're here, and like, yeah, sure. And come around. I'll show you the brewery and everything. We'll talk. And it's so nice. And
but that's the industry in general.
Yeah, it's the industry in general. But it always feels so welcoming. It's so nice. I don't think there's like, you don't have this in like admin or like no, nah, you can go to as an admin, you can go into another shop and like, oh, I'm an admin too, yeah. Hey, show me your office. You don't get that.
Not the same type of industry for sure.
No, but even in your line of work, you don't get that.
No, so it's furniture industry. It's not
but that's the thing. It's such we have a community. That's what we have in the brewing business. We have a community.
It's so different than all the other,
everything.
All the other, I don't know all the other industry, but
from what
I know, it's so different.
It's a loving and caring community, so it's fun.
It is.
It's nice.
It's very cool.
About admin too. Or that I know of.
There's probably,
maybe
a big admin community. Yes, I mean, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
You guys are very. Yeah, you guys are really like. Look, I can speak. I mean, just outside of Toronto, so like here, like you guys are absolutely in talk. That
you've got pedigree here for sure.
Oh yeah, dude. If I have Sir John for people would fucking lose their mind. Be like, what do you need? What do you want for it? Like, oh yeah, dude, for sure. Like Quebec. Do you know what? When I was in Quebec, people were excited over the Ontario beer, and I'm here. People are excited about Quebec beer. It's the same shit. Whatever you can't get. Like now, being the guy who lived down the street from Vertu and Bière, they opened up on Mile End right near my home. I was at Parc Montreal for 10 years. And they opened up, they took over the Mile End Kick store there at Fairmount on Park. And I was like, but right before I left, I was like, God damn, it ended up being like super close to have, I used to have to go a bit further, but it was so easy to get all of the breweries we've been talking about. And I used to go to Lachute because Kevin's a friend, so I used to go up to Lachute in Rosemont, which was dope. But then now I'm here, it's sort of like, literally, I only get Quebec beer if we have a podcast or if Nate goes over the border. And Nate goes and grabs it, and he's like, he goes to Brouhaha and he takes what do you want? I'm like, what do you got? You take the usual names, like what's fresh? Because by the time you get it to me, I want it to be fresh, stuff like that. So it's, it's very cool to see that the best are working all together, and we're all as drinkers. I mean, you guys are drinkers too, mate. Obviously you're brewing, you're owning, but you're also drinkers at the same time, and you just want the best stuff. You're fans of craft beer, or you wouldn't have done it, and it's very
for sure.
It's cool.
If you're in that industry and you want to make good beers and good IPAs, good hazies, you have to
got to love R&D.
Yeah, R&D, and you have to love the beer and the industry, and you have to love the
brewing.
All of this is I don't know.
It's it is a scene, isn't it? And even between the provinces, like I wonder if it's like I see it in the States. Like my friend is a brewer at Mortalis, and I know that they go, like I've connected him with Brewski, with Badlands, with Third Moon, and they've done collabs because that. But then they work with all the people there, and it's like always the breweries of the same quality tend to gravitate towards each other and work together, and then invite each other to festivals and
and collab together.
And
you see the same ones like teaming up at each other's anniversaries every year. It ends up being a whole thing.
Events and everything.
Yeah.
It's hard to do everything though.
It's hard to do everything, but
we would love to.
But every year we see more and more breweries like from out of Canada, like coming toward us, or like that we are able to reach more and more easily. Like last for our 5th anniversary, we did something with Alvarado Street in California.
Oh, that's dope.
Well, it was pretty amazing. What else did we do? We
did a collab with Foam.
Foam Brewers, of course.
Hell yeah.
Our example for the tap room.
but
we always we were big fans of Foam since the beginning.
So like
still know
the people we look up to now are almost, I don't want to see our equals, but we are able to like work with them and be regarded as equals. We are able to work with them and have a good moments with them, and we are able to like, they invited us to Funk on the Waters afterwards, and like we had a really great time there too. And who knows what the future will bring.
Great time.
Who knows? Yeah, for you.
But yeah, for me, yeah, probably. I don't know.
Not me. I was at bed at 4. It was all right.
You went hard.
But, I don't know. We didn't do that for that. We didn't started. We started the brewery because we wanted to make good beers locally. We never expected to have that much recognition, or just to have. We never expected to have a lineup here. Forget it.
Yeah,
the first release we did for our first anniversary, there was a lineup, and we were like,
"Well, what are even before then?" Before then, I remember our first release for our stout, our barrel aged stout.
Yeah,
that was completely wild. It was during COVID, and it was going all the way around the street, and we never had expected any of this, but it was wild to see. I remember being on my lunch break outside and just seeing a line of people going all around the block, and it was like,
but there was distance. There was distance.
Oh no, they're for us. Yeah, yeah. Well,
I'm kidding.
But still, it was pretty amazing, and it just kept on going on and on and on and on. And remember, like, I think it was last year or the year before.
But it was really overwhelming. We never expected that, and we never did anything to get that. We just did what we wanted.
We worked our ass off. But
and that's not the same. It's not like we were doing it because we want to achieve a lineup, or we want to be known.
Yeah.
We did it because we want to make good beers, and we were having fun making labels.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, beer has something. When I'm a snowboarder and a skateboarder, not anymore a skateboarder, but a little bit. But when I was young, I always wanted to have a skateboarding company. But I feel that beer has a connection with that type of industry, which
the same
is
vibe.
The same type of vibe, which is you make stuff because you just want to have fun to make stuff, and you make labels because it's fun to make labels, and you just do different logos because it's just for fun, and to have different approach and not just be standardized into a box and like just do always the same shit. So I feel like the beer industry has a connection with these kind of industry. Maybe stupid.
I think you're absolutely right, and there's a lot in common with with what you just outlined, and a lot of the folks that we've talked to who have gotten into the haze game and whatnot. And like we've talked to to all of these folks in in Ontario and Quebec, and it's a pretty common theme that absolutely no one who winds up kind of with this reputation for like top quality haze and whatnot, and who ends up getting those lineups. No one got into it looking to have like lineups out their door. They're looking to brew the beers that they wanted to drink. That's all they were getting into it for. No one was getting into it for for lineups out their door. See, would you agree with that?
100%, because people have said exactly that. Like everyone who's had lineups has been shocked that they've had lineups.
Yeah,
same with you guys, because they you know what it is. At breweries that make the beer that they want, and this is your story, which I'm like very happy to hear that you said this earlier, is that we were going to the States and we were drinking this beer. We're like, fuck, we can't find it at home. Let's brew it up, and then let's start a brewery that makes this beer. Every brewery that's done that is kind of like the best at doing that we typically find. for that exact reason. They're not doing it for lines out the door. They're like, well, why can't we do this stuff because it doesn't exist at home? We have to keep going over the border and paying 30% more to get this beer and driving all this way. Whereas if we could do it at home, it's right here. And I feel like the breweries who make, whether it's the brewers or the owners, whatever, like are making the beers that they want to drink to the best level are the best. And across all styles, Godspeed. Luke wants to make Czech style beers. It's the fucking
that's what they like. Yeah. Melon,
exactly.
My God, yeah.
Herman.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. There's so many examples in both provinces of breweries that do just that.
It's not a question of style, that's for sure.
No,
it's a question
of style. And it's that authenticity. I think the most important thing, I don't know, from all of these like 400-ish episodes we've done, like the authenticity of, I guess, the owners / brewers making what they want to drink to the best of their ability to replicate the closest thing to what they want to drink are the best breweries. That's really what it comes down to. Because if you're like, I remember when, I don't want to say any names, so I actually can't even think of anyone anyway, but like there was, you know, when haze started coming out, and then there's a bunch of breweries who didn't care about it, and they're like, oh, everyone's doing haze, guess we're gonna do haze, and then go and make it, and it's not great. And it's because
it was kind of half-assed a lot of the time.
Almost all the time in those ones. But how could it be good? Because they don't care. They don't care to look up how to do it good. They're just doing it and slapping a New England IPA label on it, and that happened everywhere. That whether it was Quebec,
and it was like, and with that, there was a lot of kind of trying to straddle it a little bit with like, okay, we got to make something that's technically hazy, but we don't want to go too bold with it. And it usually wound up being pretty mediocre. Like when you kind of try to straddle it too much, it just really doesn't land. But you need to if you're going to do something hazy, go and commit to it. Like you can absolutely make it drinkable and make it approachable, but don't half-ass it.
But that was also the thing with hazies at the time. Like it had to be bold. It had to like push into new territories and stuff like this. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Go on.
Go. Yeah, it had to. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was, there was just, I feel like New England's were the best example of this, of breweries doing a style that they didn't care about because that's what the people wanted.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't great. And I had that in Australia, in Canada, in America, like all the time since I've been into beer. I guess they're the main places I've been, but I always found versions of that. And I was like, okay, well, so don't do it. If you don't like it, don't fucking do it. Just do what you want and do what you want really well. And whoever also likes that is going to love what you do because you care about it.
Yeah. And it's almost more of a question of who are you more dedicated to your customers or to the global market? Like, do you want to like please like everybody and try to gain like, I don't know, a new margin into the market, or are you just trying to make good beers that you like and that you will put your heart and soul into it?
Yeah. And that seems to be the most important side of it, is like, putting a piece of like putting your everything into making the best beer you can possibly make it because you love the style. But once again, coming back, that's why you guys are in the conversation, because you actually give a fuck about this style. And to be honest, like my favorite part so far of this conversation is how honest you guys have been. I feel like most people don't really lean into that. You guys have been extraordinarily transparent with like, we tried too much and it didn't do good. Then we did good, then we didn't. I love that you guys said that. I think that is so refreshing and cool. And you've been great the whole time though. Like I really like, that's why you've got the reputation that you do. And that's why, like we were saying, you come to Ontario, like you were saying, Simon, you come out here, they treat you with respect because your name holds weight here. So John means something. If you go to the places that give a fuck about what you do, which are the places that you guys are going to, people are going to be, oh shit, you from like they'll lose their minds to you guys. What the fuck are you doing in Niagara? What are you doing out here? Like they're going to be excited to see you and be just really happy that you're there. And then, you know, it's cool. It's a cool scene of people who also care about it.
Yeah.
And they want to show respect to the people who have cared enough about it to invest a ton of money into creating these things and do it, because obviously that's not an easy thing to invest the money.
That pedigree does not come from nowhere, for sure.
It doesn't come from nowhere.
It's a really beautiful thing, though.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's we are in this like big fucking like market or community, but everybody cares about each other so much that like we look up to each other. It's so fucking awesome.
Truly,
it's really nice. It's really, really nice.
Make each other better too.
Yeah.
Nate, you're gonna say something. You gonna say next beer?
There's not much secrets. It's like everybody's talking about what they're doing. Maybe there is, but it's like I don't feel it that way. It's really really different.
Maybe it's just us.
Fun. Yeah,
we're quite with him.
Maybe because we're really friends with the breweries that we collab. It's not just a collab like that.
No, like you guys are actually friends. Yeah.
Well, look, and like Cee and I are not brewers, but like we've definitely never talked to anyone on here who we felt have been secretive. Like people have basically been an open book when we talk to them. So it's like no one that we've talked to is into this game to like be really guarded and and kind of a closed book to it. It's it's something that you don't see in many other industries, for sure.
Oh no, for sure.
And on that note, we should get into the next beer.
Yes, I knew you were going to do that. Good move.
Wow. We have half full, so
apologies.
And that other one, and like we've often said before, we usually don't finish each beer on the pod.
Yeah,
but this last one was so fucking money. I definitely tapped that one. My glass is empty on that. Like a short can of a lager is no surprise when it gets finished, but a tall can of the hazies, those don't usually get finished while we're recording, but that last one went down for me.
Nice.
It's beautiful. I got nothing left. I got nothing at all here. This is glorious. So now we're ramping it up a bit. We're moving to the double vibes.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Wrap. No translation needed.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Does the
go up to our duct tape?
Oh, duct tape as ode to duct tape.
We did the duct tape. We did the tie wrap, and this is the second time we're doing the tie wrap.
Okay. Is the recipe exactly the same?
At home.
Sorry?
Is the recipe exactly the same?
No.
No,
okay.
For sure. And I think the first version had Citra. It wasn't Dyna Boost. It was Incognito.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I guess Dyna Boost is pretty new, so that wouldn't have been. Yeah, it wouldn't have been the same. But
the same kind of products. It's a concentrate, oil concentrate of Citra.
Okay, so yes, Citra, Dyna Boost, Rowaka, Strata, and Simcoe.
Yeah,
which is that is big. Oof! Look at that. Now this is also really fresh. This was this the same day as the last one, the 16th, I think.
It was last week.
Yeah, same mechanic.
Oh wow, this smells totally different.
Oh yeah, it is.
Woo! Jesus Christ. Now we're getting to the big leagues, boys.
Oh yeah.
When was this one done for the first time? Like a year ago?
2 years.
2 years.
3 years ago. Okay.
2 years ago.
And so it was just brought back recently. Like it was. It's not like anything that you did. You bring it? Do you bring things back just because you're like, hey, that was a good one. Let's do that again, or how does that work?
Yeah. I would say that I'm doing the brewing calendar, and sometimes I don't know. I don't have a clue what to put in it. So
you're like, let's do that one.
And I'm like, okay, let's look at the Instagram and let's see when we've done this release. And if it's been a while and it was a good beer, then we'll release it again. Something like that.
There's about 1 or 2 new IPA per month.
Yeah.
Or double IPA, whatever. But still, yeah, most are redo or like flagships or classics, you know.
Yeah. We used to do like a Jericho in Amsterdam, and now a Bonheur En Canna once a month.
Once
like
a month.
That.
Well,
and then
every month, yeah.
Each month, yeah. And then we try to have 1 double IPA or 2 months and 1 new. And we try to do, when we do double and single IPA, other than the main, how do you say, the flagships, we try to do new ones. So new label and new hops and new recipe. Yeah. But sometimes here and there we bring back some of the beers that we've liked and that we felt that needed to come back. It's
and also some are like always on a schedule, like I don't know, the
Airsville.
Well, no, but I mean Le Roi is a valet car. Le Roi est un valet car always comes out on the same Valentine's Day. There, some are like linked to a specific event. I can't think of others, but still
mostly Valentine.
Well, no, but you know what I mean. Like some are like more of a Easter, like something. Like some are linked to events, or like special events. With the
Christmas, we have our Christmas beer, like the 1201.
Food fight.
1201 barrel age will be released at the end
of
Christmas.
The year. Yeah.
Okay.
About the new year.
Time,
yeah. So, well, we haven't done the food fight in 2 years.
We don't do a lot of pastry with a lot of adjuncts now. Most of pastry anymore, Most of the pastry we do is with like nuts, like almonds, coconuts, and things like that. So it's not really. It's still a pastry, but it's not a pastry. We don't have candies.
We
and
don't
things like that.
It's just brownie batter or whatever. We're not Adroit theory, you know.
I went there.
I know. I'm stalking your Instagram, man, and you went wild in the last weeks.
Yo, don't drink it tea. I drank it by myself. Bad move. Bad.
You need to go to your doctor right now and just check your cholesterol.
It's like concrete in your stomach. Fucking Christ. It's intense. Like to the point where,
like I think you ate an entire cheesecake. Is what you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I froze the last little bit of the brown. I had Oreo brownie batter one.
Yeah.
And I drank like 75% of it. And the last bit I just put in a Ziploc bag in the freezer. I just couldn't drink it. It was so thick. Like they should tell you to store it upside down because the first part pours like chocolate milk and that was cool. And then when it gets to the second part, it was just like glup, glup, like it was like cake batter. It was
Jesus Christ!
And I had the smoothie, and I drank the smoothie to myself. Too much. The crowlers, I wanted to puke again. It was too much. It was like 32 ounces of any of that. It's just the smoothie. The one I got was triple mango, passion fruit.
Yeah,
that one. And it was whatever. There was 2 different ones at the same time. The other one was a peanut butter, but I don't like peanut butter in beer, so I didn't get it.
It looks crazy.
Yeah,
it was crazy. It was really, really fun. Honestly,
yeah.
I feel satiated. I see their posts. I'm like,
it's an experience.
I've tried it. I'm good now.
You can see it.
So they told me as well. Like I asked like my friend told me from Ryan from All My Friends told me this, but I wanted to ask him. I asked the bartender, "How do you do it?" Do you know how they do it?
Nope.
Oh, it's condensed milk. That's the key.
Oh, shite.
So think about it. Like, imagine drinking that fucking
like a can of condensed milk.
Jesus Christ.
I don't even really do lactose. Like, I don't really do dairy.
No,
like,
you
so,
don't. I know because Matt talked about it at
Yeah.
the Ops and the Yakima Chief Age Wars. Yeah.
Oh, that was Dairy's a little rough, and it was look, it was a ton of fun. It's in the middle of nowhere in Northern Virginia. It was beautiful because it was all these like horse farms, fucking horse farms everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere. And we looked it up, and it's a result of slavery because they had all these lands and then they turned it into fucking horse farms. Because my girlfriend was like, it's got to be slave. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, why would it just be horse? And we looked it up, and it was all they're all like plantations and stuff. So it's terrible, but it's everywhere the whole way through. But it was we were going from Richmond, Virginia to Pittsburgh. So we went up to Adjunct Dairy, then across to Pittsburgh. It was a beautiful, beautiful drive. They take you through all, obviously, because it's in the middle of nowhere. They take you through like the side, the beautiful country road. So it was a really wonderful drive. And it's worth it, but god damn it, you need to share that shit. And it was just because then I had 2 crowlers. I had no one to share it with, and I wanted to drink them before they went bad because they were very expensive. And so
all they do is crawlers, right?
They do. They for the special stout, the cream stouts they call them, and for their big smoothies, yes, crowlers. They're normal. I had a crispy and I had a double IPA. Both were actually fantastic, but I had a lot of beer at the time because I just came from Richmond, Virginia, so I had like Vale and like Triple Cross and stuff. I had kind of too much stuff, but they do regular cans for their other beers. It was just the cream stouts and the smoothies that were they're very, very intense. It was a fun experience. You need half of a crowler. You don't need a whole crowler.
Yeah.
And I don't know what are you supposed to do? Like, you can't, I don't know if there's a crowler stopper that you can put in there that keeps it fresh.
There definitely isn't.
There definitely isn't. So
all right. I feel like we poured this beer like 10 minutes ago. Let's fucking
it's just like when we just got sidetracked a lot. Yeah. Cheers.
Oh, cheers, boys. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, this is so bright and tropical.
Yeah, it's tropical. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
sure.
Oh
man, this is so fun.
Upkeep, right?
No, we've transferred on Dynaboost.
Dynaboost, and 8%.
Okay, let's read what's on the can since it's right here, so convenient. We've got Citra, Dynaboost, Rawaka, Strata, and Simcoe.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a new method that we've done with I think we've transferred on.
No.
It's on the board.
No Dynaboost.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Oh well.
Supposed to.
Double check.
Maybe we'll cut this part.
Yeah, it's not on the recipe.
It's the can says Dynaboost.
It does.
It's on the recipe.
Well, not mine.
Yours is not good.
Maybe.
I want to ask why the duct tape is famous. Really, that's one of my main questions here.
The duct tape.
Why it's not? I don't think it's famous. It's just
duct
that
tape or tie wrap.
No, he said
you
guys were saying something about the about this being like the. About this being like the child of duct tape or something.
Yeah.
That's right. We did duct tape at first. I don't know why. We thought we would we would do like masking tape, and we.
Yeah, I remember seeing the duct tape label at some point.
Yeah, and it's just a bit of duct tape as a label,
right?
With duct tape written on it.
Yeah. Just like wrapped, looking like it's wrapped around the label, exactly like you got with the tie wraps, and duct tape. You've done a couple times, I think, right?
Zip ties.
Yeah.
Oh, did you just finally catch on to this?
It's true. Tie wrap.
I didn't look. I wasn't looking.
No, but zip ties is in English.
I would call these a zip tie. These are zip ties.
Tie wrap is not a French word.
I know, but look, you got to do what you got to do.
With these little things, zip ties.
Yeah.
And yes, I just caught on, Nate. I just caught on.
You fucking idiot.
I've been drinking the goddamn beer and thinking about the product, okay? Not the name of it. But I enjoy it thoroughly. So hold up. Okay. Is duct tape was a separate beer, or you're just talking about
Yeah, man, Jesus Christ.
Well, I haven't had it.
I think it was just me who made a link with it on the Untapped text and with the social media post.
Okay.
That was all there was. So they were kind of linked indirectly just because of that.
But because it's the same kind of label.
Yeah,
it's all started with the I don't know, with the all the rest. It's hard to say, but we did like hot dogs, like we did pictures of hot dogs, did pictures of burgers.
That one.
So it's all started with that, and then we said, oh, what can we do? We did a half dress pizza, and then we'll do tie wrap, and we'll do duct tapes, and we'll do things like so regular things of life that we use a lot in the brewery. And we
don't use hot dogs in the brewery.
We eat some though. We were having some pizza when my dad is here. He's always
yeah. That's what
sure.
All right, sure.
So it's probably that.
Yeah.
There's a way we and Max and all the people here we're just talking. This could make a good label. This could make a good name of beer. So
the way we choose our beer names also is also a mess. Let's just let's just put it out. Like, it's a mess. We will be like after a badminton session, like look, those are lockers. Hey, we'll make a label out of this. Yeah, sure. All right.
Let's take a picture.
Let's take a picture of the lockers. All right, this is a new label. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, the question, like, un gars en jeans puis des animaux is a pretty good example of how far low we can go.
No,
in terms
of the best.
No, but it's pretty great, but how far low we can go in terms of how much we search for a beer name. Like, it's just the label. It's just a description of what is on the label. I mean, I don't know. We sometimes we just struggle with beer names, and we just come up with
everybody. I think.
Yeah, we just come up with everything we have on hand.
Yeah, it's easier to make a label than to find out what we were going to call it.
Yeah, well, and then it's hard for me to make sense of it all.
Oh no, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I like the volume of beers that you guys go through. I mean, it's got to be difficult to come up with, whether it's series or a one-off name or anything like that. Like, it's obviously the guy in jeans with animals is fucking hilarious, and this is like, the tie wrap. It's hilarious. Like, it's great. It's there's something about it that's so unpretentious and like. And real and silly and like simple and like not taking yourself too seriously, which is probably a good thing in this era of maybe some.
It's refreshing.
It's refreshing
for sure.
Exactly.
It's a bit like when we started and talked about me and Max what we're going to do with the branding or everything like that. And we had like a feel that at first we wanted to do everything with like artists, so local artists, and every cans as to pass, or we had to work with artists or graphic designers, so having like something always different from different artists. And at some point we just realized that it wasn't possible to do every can because we wanted to do a lot different, so many different beers. So
it's too much, right?
And Max is really talented, and he's like he started to make different labels and everything. And we still collabs with a lot of artists, mostly for our Halloween release or anniversary release, but here and there throughout the years we do that. And it's something that we want to keep into our program, is to work with local or international artists. We've worked with England artists, American artists, French artists. So we just find them on Instagram or found them through the community, and then we contact them. And most of the time, they're really happy to work with us and work on a beer label. And it's like, all they want is a can. Not all they want, but we always send them some cans.
But also, like, after more than 400 different beers, like, it's hard. It would have been hard to like have a different art style for like every beer.
But it's something that we wanted to have something that is not stable. If you look at its art, you can still recognize a surge on beer, I think, because it's all different. But but at least there's a little part that is always the same. But everything is like you don't know. Compared to other breweries where you see that it's not always the same. But I don't think it's really wise, like for marketing or for recognition, because people seems to probably at some point get lost. Is it a Sir John? Is it like, depending if it's a beer geek or someone that drinks a lot of beer and that knows about us, it's okay. But someone that doesn't know us, probably we lose them at some point. But it's okay. We stand with it, and it's the way we wanted to do the labels.
Still, every time we have the infos on the far left,
like this side,
we also have on the infos on the bottom in the center. So it's still like a trademark. Like every label has the same thing to it.
Same concept,
So,
which is very.
I think you've really struck the right balance with that.
And
I think you're absolutely right. It's the kind of thing, like, if Cee or I ever wandered into any dep or or independent shop like in Quebec, we would recognize a Sir John label
in a second
anywhere on the shelf. But for someone who's not a fucking nerd like we are, it's looking at the front of the can, they're not going to see Sir John, but what they are going to see. But what they are going to see is a very attractive label with with interesting artwork and whatnot, and that's eye-catching enough on its own, and that might be enough for someone to pick it off the shelf, turn it around, and say oh, hey, okay, Sir John, what, I can see this is from Lachute, and I can see that I can see this is all the hops in in this haze bomb, maybe that's enough.
I
hope so.
Well,
it works now.
For 5 years it's worked now, so I bet it's been okay.
I think it is. Do you know what I never asked you guys?
For sure.
Who's Sir John?
Sorry. Oh no, not the historic parts.
Well, you want to go, or do I go?
You remember it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead. You're really good.
Sir John was he was a loyalist from New York.
Amsterdam, New York.
That's
why the Amsterdam.
So that's why that's where the Amsterdam, New York comes from. It's the birthplace of Sir John, and he during the American Civil War he fled from New York up to
not the Civil War, the Independence War.
Sorry,
really different.
That's right. And he fled to Canada, where he became a lord of the territory where Lachute is, and the local towns around Lachute, and also some the county of Lachute, some of Ontario, also before it was
Cornwall. He has a house. There's still a house named his name in Cornwall.
In Cornwall, so
Ontario.
it goes all the way back to Cornwall. You can visit the house. Yeah. So it was a pretty big territory before it got split up with the provinces and everything back then. But he was a loyalist, and he fled to Canada with his wife, and he was the owner of the land, and that's
it's really a name. Yeah. We felt that it was a name that everybody in the area, and because remember that our goal was just to make beer locally. That was really the goal.
That was it.
But there's a Sir John Lake in Lachute. Sir John is it's like a name that is known in Lachute. So we felt that there's a large English community in Lachute as well. It's a name that you can say it like Sir Jaune in French, or Sir John in English. It's okay. It's easy to say. It's a great name, I think.
Yeah.
So.
And I think there was a pretty beautiful coincidence in the fact that the first locals in his town, or in Lachute, were from Jericho, Vermont. So for us, from the beers in Vermont, it was a beautiful thing to see. Like, oh well, our first locals were from Vermont. So it's kind of a roundabout. Like it all came together, in a sense that
it makes sense.
Our inspiration came from Vermont, as well as Sir John and his first locals came back from Vermont,
New York,
and New York and everything. But still, so everything was going back to that culture in the northeast of the United States. So, and it was the perfect thing to bring out the northeast IPA
that's why the
became our flagships.
That's why the three first beer were
Jericho,
Amsterdam, Hezekiah, which is
was the first
was
the first male local.
I don't know.
He was the first settler.
Yeah,
he was the first settler in the
still from Jericho as well.
From Jericho.
Oh, no, sorry. Okay, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Hezekiah was from Jericho.
Yeah,
that's it. So
Hezekiah,
so we did Hezekiah double IPA and Jericho single IPA.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was the first settler
in Lachute.
And his wife was Abigail, which was her first pale ale. So, and
no shit.
It's just a big
all tied in.
Oh yeah, it's all tied in. Yeah.
So then the historical factor stopped, and then we did
not that much. No, we still have the 1201, which is
still in the same time.
Yeah, but no, but still, it's like we love to make a lot of. We love to make a lot of link with the history of our community. Next week we have the Lady Mary Watts that is coming out, which is an IPA. I won't give up too much of a spoiler, but it's an IPA. Yeah, it's a fresh up IPA, which is named after the wife of Sir John. So yeah. And since the wife, we have two Lady Mary Watts.
There's only one, but we did two.
Yeah, well, no, he had two wife. I checked out.
Oh, you checked out?
Yeah, he did. So, yeah, he had two Lady Mary Watts. So, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, we have two fresh shops coming out next week.
I fucking love that.
100%.
This is great.
100% Cascade.
Wet up.
From the
wet up, yeah.
So 100%.
Okay, you're speaking my language now. I fucking love fresh hop beers, and like fresh hop Cascade is That like that's money right there.
It's amazing.
And this episode comes out next week, so people will be able to grab it fresh.
Yeah.
When they hear it.
And,
Go on, brother. Go.
No, it's gonna be so fucking fresh. I tasted it. This right.
It looks
this
like
week,
milk.
It's so creamy. It's so oily. It's amazing. It's one of the best beers we've.
But these beers we do it for our Oktoberfest each and every year since 3 years now.
Yeah,
and 3.
3, yeah. All right.
And it's like yesterday, last year we did Centennial. The year before we did a combination with the Citra and Chinook. And then this year we decided to do 2 different batch. So 100% Cascade, 100% Chinook.
Yeah,
nice. That's fun.
And it's amazing. It's really great.
It's so different. Different.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
But in
a good way. Well, I love that. That's good to be. How do you guys feel about a quick bathroom break?
Yeah, sure.
Me too.
All right.
And I just went.
Yeah.
It's okay because I bet you need to go anyway. We'll be back in a second, yo. All righty.
And we're back.
I don't remember what we were talking about, but I remember enjoying this beer, goddammit.
But we should probably talk about something that was divulged off air. Was that there was a bit of a mistake? Like talking about the recipe.
Oh yeah, there was no Animaux in the recipe, but at the end we've looked at it and he was not looking at the right recipe.
Yeah,
so everything is okay. There's Animaux.
Yes, there.
Sorry, Simon. I mean, I know I just put you on blast there, but it's all in good fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You're good, bro.
Usual for us. We're used to Simon. It's not normal.
I'm used to being a martyr.
Oh yeah.
So we can confirm Thai Wrap does have Citra Dynaboost.
Yeah, it does.
Definitely
does. Disappointed if not.
Oh yeah.
Luke from Yakima.
Yes, absolutely.
The chief.
He's the man.
Yakima chief.
Yeah.
He is the chief. He is the chief. What is Dynaboost, by the way? Just
it's a
maybe we can look it up.
Well, it's just the oil concentrate, I think.
It's a concentrated the oil
it's the worst thing you want to taste in your life.
Yeah.
You mean like to taste straight up?
Yeah. No, not dissolve in beer. Yeah, of course. But like if you taste it straight from the not from the box but from the bottle, it's the worst. It's the bitterest, worst.
It's too much.
So this is like a hyper concentrated liquid hot product, right?
You know what?
Yeah.
It's like really creamy,
really oily. It's supposed to be mostly used in the whirlpool, but we also use it as a
first dry up.
Like we will transfer onto it, and it will literally disintegrate the interior of our fermenters. Yeah, it will become green and
all the surface
slurry and everything. So oily. I don't mind it because we will rinse it obviously and clean it. Really thoroughly, but still it's you open the door on your fermenter and you see the interior and you're like, what the hell happened in there? No. It's the worst.
It's just a bloodbath of hops.
Oh yeah. It's just all the interiors become greenish, green tint, oily green tint. It's so weird, but
it's good. It's a nice product.
It's the end result makes it so much worth it.
It has a lot of aromatic.
Oh
sure.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So everyone should know that like this is the painstaking trouble that Simon goes through to get to get you this dynamite haze like tie wrap.
Wow, he's just complaining for nothing.
I looked it up right here.
From home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It says that Dynaboost is a Whirlpool hop extract that was formerly YCH 702, and it's an oil-enriched extract. And it looks like motor oil coming out of a fucking container.
That's a good description. Yeah.
Yeah. That's about it. Yeah.
And it says there's motor oil, and there's Centennial, Sabro, Mosaic, Simcoe, Idaho 7, and Citra different Dynaboosts. And it looks like it's primarily you can use it in the kettle, in the post-boil or whirlpool fermentation, or even it says it was not intended to be used as dry hop addition.
But we use it like that. Well, but it's okay. Yeah. It's like Incognito. It's the same kind of product. So we've never tried it, but we did it with the Alvarado collab. They've done it a couple of times, and they said it's fine. It's fine. You can do it. It's not that bad to do it in the transfer of after the whirlpool. We've transferred into fermenter. So we had the Dynaboost directly in the fermenter before we transferred the beer in the fermenter. And probably we keep a little more of the aromatic like that.
It does come
for
from
sure.
them.
It makes a difference. So
and the result. I remember the result in the Alvarado was quite stunning.
Yeah.
We had to wait almost a week until like the bitterness of the oils
this one
had to come down.
But on this one, it's not that.
Yeah, in this one, it's not that bad.
It depends, like we just said earlier.
It's a trial and error, and we never know what we're doing.
But you know what? Like Alvarado Street goes pretty hard, so I feel like that works pretty well for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're still waiting for an invite to go there, and
we're still waiting. We just have to go there. That's the only thing.
Still,
it's pretty far.
Come on, Alvarado, man. It's the fucking goal to go in California.
Are they in San Diego?
No, they're in Monterey. Salidas. So it's the same area.
Yeah, it's Monterey. Yeah.
I didn't even have them like in California. I tasted something from them at a beer bar in Portland, and it was like a super intense lactose sour, and it was just fucking dynamite.
They do smoothies. They do really good West Coast IPA as well.
Oh, I believe that.
That's I'm trying to find Alvarado Street Brew. There they are. Okay. Yeah. So Monterey. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's a bit of a hike, but it's that's worth it.
Between San Francisco and Los Angeles, right?
Yep, exactly. That's exactly where this is. Yeah, I see it in Monterey. It's just south of Santa Cruz, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see exactly what you're talking about. Santa Cruz is supposed to south of San Jose, closer to San Francisco than
north, it's more north
than that's pretty sweet. Look, that whole area is dope as shit, man. Like,
I want to go there so badly. Like,
next oscillation.
Like, I grew up reading the Beatniks, and like for me, like Big Sur is like the destination to go. So like going to Monterey is for me like a dream come true. So like, yeah, it's a goal.
That's I mean, look, that would be sick, and I feel like it's really cool that breweries like that. I feel like that's a really testament to what Sir John is doing. That a brewery like that in California is, so down to work with you guys, and I love that. I think I want to see more of that. Our Canadian beautiful breweries in Canada working with the American breweries and really getting the shine that we deserve out here.
Yeah, for sure, would be great. Yeah. We've met them at Burn Pal in Asheville.
Yes, Burial.
Last year we did the festival. with a fresh hop that we brought a fresh hop there, 100% Centennial. So so we were there, and we've met with Brock and Andrew, and yeah, we had a good time. So the connection was
over some Miller Lite.
Yeah, some
High Life. Oh, sorry.
High Life. I was gonna say Brewers are High Life, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, Brewers fucking love High Life.
Brewers beer. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Hey, it's a good beer.
And what's the other thing that everybody's drinking in US?
Oh, fuck.
The small green
the small
thing.
ball, yeah, the fucking bitter thing that Luke gave us.
Oh, God, I had it the other day. In Detroit.
It's like Jägermeister, but
yes, it's called Underberg.
Underberg. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, that's set in stone.
We're at Homes. It's fine. I hadn't had it in a while, and we were at Homes in Ann Arbor in July. And my friend from Batch was there. We met the brewer from Homes, just pulled up, and he was there. And we had him on the pod like 2017. And then we were there, we're chilling. And he was my friend was like, "You guys want to do Underbergs?" And I was like, "Sure." I know Gord from Bellwood. Yeah, and I was like, "Okay," and I forgot what it was like. Luckily, I Ubered and didn't drive. It's fine. It probably settles your stomach a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just herbs.
I still have some from when we went last year in Yakima. We were given some because how many we drank, that's how we would be able to give so many points to the karaoke session.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
And the points were we would give the points with the caps from the Underberg.
You can exchange them for stuff. Apparently, they're
yeah. It's the worst. It was the worst. Nobody wanted to drink that, at least from our group.
Yeah, that's okay. One is good.
We were with some guys from Brooklyn or the guys at our table, and they were chugging it like it was nothing.
I'm from Texas, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe Texas. Yeah. And they were chugging like it was nothing.
It's a US thing.
My God, it was the worst.
Not that bad. Just one is fine.
You know what? If it settles your stomach, then cool.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I guess, but still.
It's just because it's so small. Have you had it, Nate?
No, I haven't.
No. It's like these little bottles. It's like a shot in a bottle. And it's like, I feel like I choke on when you put it back, pause. It's like a real thin bottleneck. And I feel like it hits the back of your throat, pause. And you're just you're gonna choke and cough a little bit. And then it's like Jägermeister. You're so right. It's fucking Jaeger. And it's so intense. Once you got it down, it's fine, and it's like a digestive, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be.
But the way you take that'll take you back to your 20s, man. Jesus Christ,
it's legit felt like that shit when you go to a bar and you're like, "Give me a Jameson," you fucking have that, and then you have your whatever. Jaeger bombs were pretty fun though.
Jaeger man, that's a young man's game. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, way too old for that. God damn it.
Yeah.
Let's have a Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? You read my mind. You read my mind.
I was just thinking about that. 1201 has always been one of my favorite beers from you guys. I haven't had the barrel aged version, but just the OG, and it's just so fantastic. So I'm very excited for this one right here. So
yeah, 1201 is different than this one. It's a little more dry. And less adjuncts. It's the first stout we did, actually. Yeah.
Okay. 1201 was the first stout.
Yeah, but 1201 is the first stout we did. Yeah.
And this is called Perdition?
Perdition, yeah.
And this is holy shit. Okay, this has got a lot in it. Okay, why don't y'all walk us through what all's in this?
So it's a nice, like a sweet Imperial Stout, it's what 10%, and then when it's fully fermented, then we have a tank where we put all of our adjuncts. So then we put like in that one we have cacao nibs. How do you say cacao? Cocoa nibs. We have vanilla from Madagascar. We have some
hazelnuts, toasted hazelnuts.
And we have a lot of coconuts, a lot.
Yeah.
So, and then we transfer the beer in with a pump onto all the adjuncts and let it turn
for the weekend. We left it
sometimes
to simmer for the weekend, and on the Monday we sent it back to the bright tank with the rest of the beer, just to like mix it back, and we carved it pretty low, just to like have this like fizzy like aftertaste.
The head retention is not that bad.
No, the head retention is still there. It's
solid here.
It's looking pretty. It's looking pretty good on mine right now.
You still have like this oily texture, like the on the back of your glass. Still, it's a pretty nice beer. It's it came out pretty well.
Look, for an adjunct laden stout, like the head retention on this is pretty impressive, I gotta say.
Yeah, for real.
And no, we're quite happy with it. It's a pretty nice
beer that it's a beer that we do every year for sure, and probably twice a year now. We have like three stouts that we do a lot. The 1201, the Cantuccini, and the Perdition. It's the three styles that we rotate a lot.
Those are flagship,
and we don't change much. These beers they're still in, and this version I don't know why it's the same recipe, but this one
is pretty good.
It's good, I think it's a good batch.
You might have fucked up something somewhere, I don't know, but it's pretty good. So like I don't know.
Hey, cheers.
Let's try it out.
Get that in.
Cheers. Oof, the aroma, like vanilla is intense on the aroma.
Vanilla and that coconut. Ooh, that's great.
The coconut, it's a coconut stout mostly.
You need to like coconut. A lot of people don't like that. But
Oh yeah, on the palate, coconut like coconut is heavy. Dominant.
There's supposed to be also a little aftertaste of maple syrup from the boil, but it's pretty light. But still, it's like
there's some maple syrup.
There is for sure.
Light, but it's
there is for sure. Maple's a funny thing, like in brewing, right? Like it never really comes through super strong because it's such an easily fermentable sugar. But it definitely is. It definitely is there.
Yeah, this is great. This is like
you feel
doesn't taste 10%.
No,
it's easy drinking, but it's dangerous.
That's the thing,
it sure is. It sure is. That could fuck you right up.
Particularly after all these beers we've had tonight. Jesus Christ.
And it's not the most sweet stout that we do, but it's still pretty high in sugar. But you don't taste it that much. It's not that there are some stouts sometimes that like if you have two sips intense, and it's like oof, that's too much. But this one is easy drinking.
It's well balanced enough that you can take a full glass of, and yet it's still just I don't know. It's nice enough that you want more. It's just you just want more of it.
I agree. I agree 100%, and I've just turned 38 a week ago, and it's a thing of at my age now, it's gotten to a thing I've become a lot more sensitive to sweetness in intense high ABV beers. And like those are the things that will fucking wreck me the day, like the day after, if I if I have them too late, too late at night. And and I'll actually just I have to stop drinking them if they're too sweet, if they're too cloyingly sweet. But but this is not that at all. Like this is deceptive as fuck. That it is rich. And vanilla vanilla comes through really strong on the aroma for me, and coconut comes through really strong on the palate, but it is not intensely sweet at all, and I fucking love it for that.
But can I ask you, is that a bad thing or a good thing? Because
which part?
No, but how deceptive it can be.
No. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. No. Because what I'm saying is that for the ones that are just that taste really intensely sweet, that's a big turn off for me. It's a big turn off. Like those are the ones that I won't even bother to finish. But this, I don't want to waste a sip of this. This is fucking delicious.
Thank you. Wow. Thanks, man. That's a fucking great compliment. Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely.
It's very drinkable. It's got all of the flavors and elements that you'd expect of a large pastry stout, but it's like Nate said, it's not too sweet. It's not too cloying. It's not too thick. It's not too sticky. It doesn't feel like I feel like the body of this is thinner than a typical pastry stout.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing at all, because it makes it inherently more drinkable. And that's what you kind of want, because sometimes when you have these big, even last night, Wednesday is my big stout day. I have a couple of big stouts on Wednesdays, because it's the only, if you go and mix, well, unless it's a pod, but if you go in on a normal night, I would not end with a 10% stout after having all of these beers. I feel like this is in it, it's not going to fill you up too much. You know how there's different types of haze. There's the big, thick, kind of really filling haze, and there's maybe a little bit thinner. This is on the thinner side, but it's not lacking in the flavor. And I think that's kind of a sweet spot, which is what Nate was saying.
It's true. It's exactly the description I would do.
Yeah.
It's not too, all the aromatic is there, the taste is there, but you don't have I like the big mouth feel and the oilness when it's a barrel aged stout, but when it's a regular stout, it can't stout. It has to be, if not, it's too much.
Yeah.
So when we do our barrel aged stouts, normally we will do 2 mash, and we'll have something a little more
heavy in terms of sugar
and mouthfeel.
Sure.
But for our regular stout, we started to do double mash, and we stopped because we felt that it was too much for a stout in can. So we've adjusted our stouts program, and I think I would say for myself, I think our stout program is the one that we don't change that much, because we really like what we do, and we're proud of what we do in the stout program.
You know what? I like that. I really like that. I think that's the right attitude towards it, because I agree completely that, if you're going barrel aged, that's the time to go balls to the wall. That's the time to go that's the time to go big and thick. That's the time to go bold. If it comes out super super sweet and rich, that's to be expected. You're going barrel aged, that's going to be your boldest flavor profile possible. If it's an imperial stout that's not barrel aged, you're still going strong with it, but not quite as balls to the wall. It's going to be restrained. It's going to be bold for sure, but a little more restrained. The sweetness needs to be in check a little bit, even when you're going heavily adjunctated, which is a really, really fine line to walk. And I think you guys have really nailed it with this. I'm really impressed with this.
And what I really love about our stouts is how versatile they are. I'll be in a festival and I'll be able to like blend some of our stouts with some of our smoothies. And for real, people just come back and are like so like amazed.
You're the blender. You
always
do that.
But I will blend a lot of shit just for like the people like amazement, and they don't expect it, but like a smoothie and a stout like this
it cannot be bad.
Oh yeah, it's
Fruit
always so
works.
fun. It's always so great that people are like, wow, okay, I was not expecting this, and they come back to me and like, I want this mix again. All right, let's go for it. And I've never seen this in festival, and I think it's something that we offer that is so great because we allow ourselves to freely express ourselves in this kind of experiments, and like, hey, you want to try something? Let's get wild. Let's get bold and let's try something you've never tried before. Let's blend and make some stuff that nobody's gonna like. Nobody's gonna do another booth or whatever, and like people come back and like, I want that stuff back, and I'm like, yeah, I bet you won't. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that a lot. I was at Mortalis in Buffalo like earlier this year, and the bartender, I think we posted on social, and they saw there was BAOS, and they like, he did exactly that. I'd never had that before. He mixed a stout and a smoothie, and I was like, oh fuck, this is amazing. So if you guys are doing that,
stout and smoothie works.
Yeah, this is the best.
Because it's probably what, like 7% in the end by the time you mix a 5% smoothie, it cuts the alcohol, but it brings, say if you got a big like this stout, chocolate, coconut, like hazelnuts, and then you have like maybe a raspberry stout, smoothie.
Yeah.
Depends on the smoothie.
It always depends on the smoothie. Like we had an apple, watermelon,
probably
pear,
not good with
and cherry, and I was like, I'm not too sure. I won't push it too much. But at the next festival, we had like, what was it? It was marshmallow and cherry and blueberries and blackberries. And now with the stout, it was fitting because you had that chocolatey, like really thick, and it fit with the marshmallow.
Oh, so the marshmallow with the vanilla.
I remember in Festival des Bières de Laval, we had our banana split smoothie with the collab we did with Counterpart. Yeah, with our stout that we did with Messorem, and the blend of the two was so fucking awesome. It was great. Yeah, it's a blend that like we should just can this thing. Oh, maybe we should
one day. Maybe
we did once.
Yes, please.
No, but almost fondu.
Oh yeah, but that
was
not the
stout.
same.
Yeah, it wasn't the same, but still, you know, it's.
But that's the way to do it. We do a stout, we do a smoothie, and we just
blend it. Can the do.
We're talking.
We're talking like next year.
What are we going to do next year now?
Yeah.
Honestly, that could work, boys. Like the fact that once again, hearing you say this is so cool because I'd only tried it earlier this year and I couldn't, but I was like, this is something that I would absolutely drink because it's like when you go to a brewery. I was driving when I went to Montreal. I was like, oh, I can't try the stouts right now because I got to drive back. And if you're having a smoothie mixed with the stout, I'm like, well, like you kind of get the best of both worlds. You do get all the flavors of the stouts mixed with that, and typically if it's
like a 12% cut with a 4.5 kind of thing.
Totally. And if berries, if the smoothie is berry based, berries, every berry goes with chocolate. So, and stouts are always big in chocolate. And if you've got coconut and stuff, it basically goes with everything. So it just kind of like, it's pretty easy. And I've never seen anyone can a blend of the two.
Maybe we'll do it, but it's gonna be sold only at Sir John.
Yeah,
in the tap room.
You know,
we
won't
be
so awesome. Like, no, but for real, like right now,
explosion.
Like, no, man. For real, like
I mean,
last week there was an event in Copenhagen where they were having our stouts, barrel-aged stouts from our 5th anniversary, and it was so nice because like everybody was like so happy with our stouts. I was checking the reviews on Tap, and I was like, wow, like the reviews are so amazing, and
awesome.
It felt great. It was awesome, but still, like I bet that like we would sound like a blend of something like fruity and chocolatey. It would be so awesome.
We'll try.
Yeah,
okay.
I think you should.
Not only in festivals, we'll do something at some point. Okay?
Again, it's a thing of trial and error. Like like everything. So it's
so fun.
Yeah,
it's cool that you guys can like play around and do this fun stuff, because like, isn't this what beer is all about? Like craft beer is all about, like playing around, doing things. It should be, and just doing like silly things that maybe on paper sound dumb, but then you try it and you're like, yo, like this is fucking great. And
but at the same time, for me, like as a brewer, but for me as a brewer, I worked behind the bar for a year. For my first summer year, I worked behind the bar also because I just wanted to see like what the response, like what the people felt about the beers and like what they wanted, and I just to have like some comments about it. And some people came in and they were like, "Oh, just give me a mix of everything," and I was like,
"What do you mean
everything?" And it was, for me, it's like, it was just like, no, I won't give you a mix of everything. I'll give you a mix of some things, maybe, but a mix of everything, no way. But it's crazy for me, but for me, open up some new avenues. I was like, all right, okay, maybe I could mix in some things and make it interesting, and that's why I came up with some of blend of stouts and smoothies for festivals, and people were like, "Okay, no, that's nice, that's cool, and you should do this more often." I was like, as I'm in festivals, I will keep on doing this. So just come and see me and ask me for my special, and I will do it. So
the Simon special.
The Simon special.
Simon special. Oof.
It's the way to go.
That. It's a great reason for people to go to Lachute and to come by the tap room, which, by the way, I've been there a couple of times. It's beautiful. It's warm. It's welcoming. It's really cool. And I don't know, in this day and age, we really want, people should be visiting breweries as much as possible and going to the source, buying the beer from the source, drinking the beer from the source, and then doing fun things like that. Ask for the Simon special and getting that shit. But even at festivals, at the brewery, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
For sure, it's always better to come.
In the on site.
Every brewery is like that. You have to go there. Yeah. It's always the best way to experience a brewery. Whatever it is, whichever it is brewery, it's the same.
No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right.
I think also we're so close to our customers. Like
it's a small town.
Yeah, it's a small town, but also like if some people order some food and have questions for the chef will come to your table. So that's our great
that's something we didn't talk about.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Is that we're not just a a brewery. We're like
also
a restaurant, and we have a really good chef named Eric.
Who's awesome.
Which is someone that likes he's like a brewer chef.
Yeah,
it's the same, but he likes beer, and it's the same type. It's a perfect fit.
Just to give you an idea, like next week we're doing our Oktoberfest, and he's asked us for some hops to do some hop vinegar to do his mustard.
Oh, that's so cool.
So like he's like, okay, I need my hop vinegar to do my mustard, so my mustard seeds will open with the hops, with the vinegar, and there will be more flavors, and there will be hops in the flavors and everything. So we were like, okay, wow, that's awesome. And he's wild. He's awesome. I really love him. He's great. Yeah.
So it's like when you come to Sir John, you're just not having beers. It's like you have an experience in food as well.
That's like that's a whole culinary experience there. That's that's bananas.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's a bit what we wanted to do since the beginning, and we've always worked hard on the food. Each and every chef that we had a different touch to the that's exactly the right word, to the kitchen and the cuisine that we were making.
Yeah.
So, and then since April, May, Eric came to our brewery, and since then it's like everything has changed a little bit, but it's really in a good way, and it's like really fun, really. And the menu is always changing. We're doing like different.
It's very seasonal.
Seasonal for sure. We use local vegetables and meat and pendings, and we do like different events all year long, food events and beer events, and we combine them. We do like pairing beer and food as well. So it's like not just only beers; it's just an experience as well.
Yeah,
man, that's fucking amazing. It's kind of funny because we've been talking about Counterpart a little bit, and they're another brewery that give like such really serious consideration to their food program, and like I feel like you guys are in some way a bit of their spiritual counterpart in that way. But I swear to God, I didn't try to shoehorn that in. But seriously, just the way that you guys take it that seriously, you really seem like kindred spirits on that part, on that front.
We had so much fun with Counterparts, and we do feel like we're kindred spirits, especially like
especially at the casino.
We won't talk about the casino time.
Greg throws it down. We know how he does. We know that fucking guy.
Go ahead.
I'm done with it. But for sure. They're good guys. We love them. And for sure, the food there is amazing. And beer and food.
Yeah.
And it's true that the comparison is
we have the same mentality toward like
I think so,
and like having a food culture and like mixing the two together. It's like
I think so,
and doing all the styles exceptionally well. I feel like you guys are like name a style, you guys do it brilliantly to perfection, from the stouts to the haze, the crispies, the smoothies, like all across, sours in general, just all across the board. I feel like that's it's the brand that you've created for yourselves over the years, and obviously probably perfected during COVID. It sounds like around that time you guys have really drilled down and nailed it, and then added the food side, and it's really cool, man. It's cool. And it's like, once again, it's really cool to see you guys work with the folks out here and and just see that collaboration and that, like, it's almost like this one big scene. Like it almost sucks because Vancouver's so far, and I know there's so much stuff out there, and there's not there's a little bit, there's some stuff in between. Winnipeg's got some stuff going on, and I'm not too sure about Saskatoon. I imagine they probably do, but I know Alberta has some shit, but there's just such a big gap. So it's like, but we're right next to each other, and it's not too far. And we all, you know, people here, I've got a permanent list in my notes on my phone of Montreal things, and in and or around Montreal, you know, up to Quebec City, to you guys, up to Gatineau and everything. People ask me every other week, hey, can you give me a list? I've had this list forever. It's very cool to see that, and to see that, because there's an excitement to people like, oh, I'm going to Quebec. I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, they already, yeah, I'm going to Sir John, I'm going to this, I'm going to, but it's very cool to hear all of it from you guys directly now, and hearing it from the people that we know out here that are going back and forth. Go on, brother. But
for us, it's so awesome also to hear it from you, like to recommend us like to others.
Oh, every time.
No, but it's so awesome. Like, fuck, man, and we're just standing in the middle of nowhere for us, like, and like to hear somebody like, oh, okay, you're going from like Ottawa to like to Quebec. All right, be sure to stop in Gatineau, Lachute, Montreal, Trois-Rivières.
Lachute, where's that shit?
Yeah, no, but it's no.
Big geeks don't care, bro. Big geeks don't care. They'll go there.
Exactly.
You know, like for us, it means the world. It means the world to us.
Nice for sure.
Yeah. So it's so great. It's so great. So yeah.
It's beautiful. That's really cool.
I'm gonna
Maybe we'll all cry. I'll cry right now. Let's fucking go. No, it's beautiful, man. It's just, it's like a cool ecosystem, and it's like, I don't know. Do you know what I realized, dude? Is that during COVID, when nobody could travel, because you know what, all of us before COVID were traveling all the time, and then all of a sudden you couldn't travel, and guess fucking what? Quebec, like I would say, and I tell people to this day, and this is my big problem with traveling, Quebec and Ontario make the best beer in the world, and I'm not joking. Whenever I go to the States, and I love you, America, I'm just like, oftentimes I'm disappointed, because what we can get at home is so good.
It's so good. It's so good.
All the breweries cracked the code during COVID. Not to say things weren't great before COVID. Things were great before COVID. Somewhere between 2020, 2023, I don't know what the fuck happened. Something changed, man. Something changed. And Ontario and Quebec are out of control. And literally, if that's all I could get forever, then I would not be upset. And I found that when I didn't start traveling again until because I moved here in about 2 years ago. I didn't start traveling to the States since COVID till I just didn't want to go anywhere when everything was a science project and it was fucking plexiglass and science masks and all this shit.
It was hard.
It didn't sound fun. I was like, let me just wait till everything's okay. So we went in early 2023. So about a year and a half, I've been going back to the States, and it took me a while to adjust because everything is so good here, and I was basically disappointed most of the time. Because we have it so good here. And I just think, isn't that beautiful that, like, look where we're at. We were always the underdogs in Canada, and look at us now. Fucking killing it, bro. Isn't that cool?
It's cool.
It's very cool.
We've had that same conversation over and over a lot of times. But
not that we were better. No, that's for sure.
No, but
it's not even saying better. It's just like
being in Canada has changed for sure.
Changed so much.
But what is great about, I think, Quebec and Ontario, and it's that we're good into a lot of different styles.
Yeah,
it's like there's and it's like that in US as well. I cannot say that. There's good sours, there's good lager breweries. But in Quebec, it's hard to say. I cannot say that. I think that there's good breweries everywhere.
That's true.
My style that I prefer For sure, US and Quebec and Ontario is really good. But it's hard to say. It's like everybody's adjusting, and there's difference. How do you say that? Each brewery has their taste, and there's some taste in the US that you cannot taste here.
No, you're right.
Maybe you will have a very, very good beer, but there's beers in the US that you will never have this same type
that
of
you
taste
can't
here.
You just can't replicate it here. You're absolutely right.
Is it better? Is it not better? I don't know. I think both are good, but it's like maybe I'm too politically correct, but it's like that's how I feel.
No, you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah, it's just
more. But at the same time,
go on.
So no. See, go ahead.
No, please. But I say this all the time. I just because I'm like ranting about how good everything is. It's just go on.
Yeah. No, and I'm doing the same thing, but like you're absolutely right. Like there are some things in the U.S. that you just can't replicate here. Like there are some things in little pockets that are just the best, the best in North America, the best in the world. But we have the same thing here too. Like we've got things like Oval, who makes some of the best farmhouse beers in the world. Literally, some of the best in the world.
Yeah.
No question. And and if you look at what we have with Godspeed here in Ontario, some of the some of the best lagers outside of Pilsen.
Yeah.
No question.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like how fucking good do we have it?
It's so good. It's like whatever styles, if you only had to drink Canadian beer, you're not missing something.
You're not hurting. You're not hurting.
There was a time when you were missing something, but we're not anymore. That's really what the point was.
Exactly.
Was that
Yeah, that's true.
As a brewer, I think you can only be jealous of of all other breweries like that are producing so many good stuff, especially here in Canada. Like you can only be jealous of how good they are doing, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, listen. At the same time, it's good for the industry.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
The more people will do good things, the more people will do it.
Yeah, exactly.
More customers or the industry will be.
Well, you're looking up to somebody else, and you're just like, you're doing great.
Yeah,
and I want to do as good as you are doing right now, or better. And you're just. That's your goal. So and that's it. So it's beautiful in a way too. So
it is beautiful in a way.
So
because the Canadians were always behind. Like we were always behind here.
It's a good thing.
But we were always not as good as, and we always had to leave to get the better
we're
stuff.
losing.
And can you hear me? Can you hear? Hello.
Yeah. Now, okay,
we got you. All I was saying was that, like, typically, like, there was a time where in Canada it was like it was good for Canada. Can you hear me? Oh, it's breaking up.
Yeah.
We lose you. Yeah, it's breaking up.
Okay. Are we
every time you say can you hear me? It cuts. So just don't say it.
Okay. Are you able to understand the words that I am saying?
I'm hearing everything you're saying perfectly clear.
Okay, maybe Lachute internet is.
It's probably us.
Yeah, it's probably us. Yeah.
Are we good now? Are we good? I think
you're good, man. You've been good on my end the whole time.
Okay.
I think this time will go to it.
Yeah, sure.
We could all. You know what? Let's all take a piss and then we'll bring this home because it'll come up on 3 hours.
All right, sure.
All right,
let's do it.
And we're back. All right.
And we're back.
So, guys, honestly, this has been so much fun. I really feel like we've gotten to the story of Sir John and what you guys are all about, and we've tried a great variety. Like, once again, this curation of styles, and from the crispy to the two very different types of single IPAs and the double, and then now this big beautiful stout. It's just, I feel like you really did you guys justice, and I don't know. It's been so cool to hear the story of you guys and the brewery and what you're achieving, and just seeing it now, both from within Montreal for all of that time, and then now from here, and watching from afar and seeing you guys work with all the people out here. It's just, it's so cool to see the success, and you guys, it's so well deserved. It's so fucking cool. And man, you guys are doing some great shit. And I feel like you're in a very important part of this ecosystem of like the big breweries that we all talk about, as far as the big breweries, big meaning like the important haze type of things that Nate and I personally are into, and obviously you guys are into as well. And you know, you're very humble about everything that you've achieved, and yeah, you're a very important part of all of that conversation in Quebec that people over here in Ontario are envious of, and people from the States who come and visit, like they know they have to come to Sir John. You guys are very strongly on that list that people need to come and see, and then it's just you know, it's beautiful to see you guys continue to innovate, change, tweak, improve the beer, be critical of your own stuff, and just continue to make it better whilst it's already fantastic. And just wanting more, I think, is what's going to make you continue to be great, because you're always going to want to innovate and make your stuff better. So we both very much appreciate you guys, both individually, but as a brewery. I just think it's important.
Always nice to hear that. It's like we do that for passion, and it's always fun to have like compliments like that, and recognition when we're not looking for that. It's like
no thought for you.
We know.
No, of course you're not. Like it's empty. I'm sorry. Yeah, because you guys are sharing. So Nate and I are going a little slower, but this has been such a fun conversation. Thank you guys both again for taking the time and hanging out. And this has been a long time coming.
It's been a genuine pleasure, really.
Yeah, and once again,
how are you?
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Like you guys have. I'm sorry we didn't do this sooner, but you know, hopefully we can do this. You know, every year or so or something, wherever you're comfortable with. But we appreciate you guys very much. So thank you again for taking the time. If anyone is listening or watching, and you know, even if this is your first time hearing about Sir John, get the fuck down to Lachute. It's only like 45 minutes north of Montreal. It's very easy to get there. It's beautiful. The place is gorgeous. It's just a vibe, man. It's you know, if you're going to visit Montreal, I feel like people always, you know, they always have you on the list if they're smart, and it's a must see for anybody. So thank you so much. I'm really excited to see more and more of you guys, you know, working with folks out here in Ontario and in the States, and just continuing to push the brand and everything amazing that you guys are doing here. Once again, like we said earlier, stay on. We'll finish up on here and we'll chat afterwards. But where can everybody find Sir John online and in real life?
In what?
Oh, online. What's your like website, social media, all that shit? We've had a lot of beers, guys. We've had a lot of beers.
www. No, you don't have to say that. BrasserieSirJohn.com. So Brasserie. Spell it.
BRASSERIE. Sir.
Gang.
SIRGON.
I think you could also. I think we also have SirJohnBrewery.com.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we have this
too.
We've never used it, but
really. Just look
Sir John Brewery.
Yeah, just write Sir John on Google. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Sir John Brewery. And you on social? What's your social like? Instagram? It's is it Sir John? Was it Brasserie Sir John?
I think it's Brasserie.
Looks like Brasserie Sir John.
Thank you for checking, Nate.
Brasserie Sir John. Yeah, all in one word.
Yeah, all in one word on Instagram. Check it out. Stay up on what they're doing. If you're in Quebec, you should, you know, you guys do you guys have a great distro. So you guys are typically available in a lot of places. If you are not in Quebec, get a friend in Quebec and get them to get you some Sir John and send them to you, goddamn it, because it's
absolutely
in your goddamn life. Boys, stick
Nate, BAOS BAOS podcast Beerism Vox and Hops top 10 Quebec brewery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically every year. I don't know if we've really missed Sir John any of the years from memory.
Yeah, I think each and every year it's really appreciated, guys. It's like each and every year we're always surprised to be in the top 10, and it's like
you shouldn't be surprised.
We made it.
Hey man,
not a surprise.
It's not. It shouldn't be a surprise because you fucking kill it, and you know that's going to keep happening. So like this is this cement. Like I already loved you guys, and this is really really cool to hang with you both and to really like get to know you both a little more and hear the stories of the brewery. It makes me fuck with the brand even more. So, yep, expect that this January as well. So yeah, stick around. Let's wrap this up, and then we'll chat off air. But Nate, was there anything else?
No, that's it, man.
That's it. Beautiful. Guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit that notification bell.
Ding.
So you know when the new drops. Follow us everywhere at BOS Podcast, at Nathan Does Beer. Check out the long form audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars for Sir John alone. Don't give us 5 stars. Give Sir John 5 stars. Because that's what they deserve. Right? You look at these guys. Look at that hat. Look at, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know. I forgot what I lost my track. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers, y'all. Peace.
Cheers.
Peace.
Cheers.